Wales High School has not lost a regular season football game in 3 years, 30 straight wins. But in each of the past 2 seasons, the Highlanders have come up short in the state playoffs. Last year, Lake Wales made it all the way to the championship game before their dream was shattered. This year, the Highlanders make their 2nd straight appearance in the title game, determined to break through and complete their mission with a state championship. It's Lake Wales against Alachua Santa Fe for the FHSAA 4A state title next on Sports Channel. From Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach, Florida, Sports Channel presents the FHSAA High School Football Championships. Today it's the 4A title game between the Raiders from Alachua Santa Fe and the Highlanders of Lake Wales. Hello everyone, I'm Larry Vittel along with Jim Yarbrough. Welcome to Daytona Beach and the Florida 4A Championship game. 2 outstanding programs with Alachua Santa Fe and Lake Wales. In fact, Jim, 2 teams that thought they might have a chance to be state champs a year ago.
Well, Lake Wales did get to the finals only to be beaten by a powerful Jacksonville Bulls team, but that same Bulls team had beaten Santa Fe last year in the semifinals. So both these teams are getting another chance at a championship reign.
As for the Santa Fe Raiders, this is a big, strong, powerful football team. They want to keep it on the ground.
Well, we're calling them the Groundhogs. They're big and strong, and look at this, Larry, 319 yards per game, rushing the football, only giving the opponents 70 yards, 8.1 yards per rush on the average when they have the ball, and they really shut down the other guy completely. Crystal River was held to 2 yards rushing.
2 yards rushing. That's not for a half or a quarter. That's an entire ball game, folks. They are a very strong, a big team, as we mentioned. Lake Wales not as big. They're a finesse-oriented defense, but on offense, they also try to use their speed to run the football.
Well, there's no secret here with the Highlanders either. They will ground out the football. They love to put the ball on the ground and pile up big yardage, 272 yards per game, 45 touchdowns, 6.8 yards per rush. And look at this, they spread the wealth. 5 backs with over 450 yards toting that pigskin.
Things have been going very well for the Highlanders of Lake Wales under Coach Rod Schaefer, but that state title is the one prize they've just not been able to get their hands on. For more on that, let's go down to the field and Art Schifrin.
Well, Lake Wales has lost only 2 football games the last 3 seasons. Unfortunately for the Highlanders, both of those losses have come in the state playoffs, including last year's championship game. But Coach Rod Schaefer says that his team has used these seasons as building blocks and has set their sights higher and higher as they've achieved continued success. They were a little intimidated last year, but he says the team is well aware of the task ahead of them this season, and that is to win their first ever state championship. For Santa Fe, they won their first state title 3 years ago, and Coach John Carter was the defensive coordinator at the time. Now in his 3rd season as the head coach, he has taken his team back to the state championship game on the strength of defense and a running game. Back with the 4A state championship game with the kickoff right after this on Sports Channel.
There are 2 secrets to getting a great value on a new truck. One is to ask a lot of questions. The other is knowing where to get the answers you like. Your Chevy dealers have them. They're making your money count on a 4-cylinder Chevy S Series with airbag, AM/FM stereo, and more. Buy one today and get $500 cash back until January 3rd. Now this is a secret I shouldn't keep to myself. Make your money count. See your local Chevy dealer today. Event ends January 3rd.
Always Coca-Cola. Wherever there's a present, there's always a bow. Wherever there is Santa, there's ho, ho, ho. Wherever there's a choir, there's always a song. When the holidays come along, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. La 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 la, Coca-Cola. Yeah. La 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 la, always Coca-Cola.
And welcome back to Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach, the meeting at midfield between the captains and the referee for today's ball game. So let's listen in.
I'd like to have my fellow officials introduce themselves by name and position, please.
Oh, we're going to meet all these guys. All right, the officials are now introducing themselves to the players involved, the captains. Out for both teams. For Lake Wales, number 4, Ronnie Scarlett. He's a defensive back end. Their quarterback, number 56, Billy Pope, a two-way lineman. 25, Ronnie Daniels, an outstanding player. There you see Daniels. He's a major, major talent. Number 50 is Matt Grimes. He is the center on their offensive line. For the Santa Fe Raiders, and Xavier Robinson, number 43, along with number 30, Darrell Foreman, and number 5, Tywan Ford. Those are the 3 seniors, and they are also, interestingly enough, Jim, the three guys who are on the 91 Santa Fe State Championship squad. Here's the toss.
Tails is the call, and tails it is. You won the toss kick, you want to receive. Okay, Captain, which goal do you wish to defend?
All right, Santa Fe is going to take the ball.
This way? Okay, if you'll turn your back that way, we'll indicate.
Well, that's refreshing. Most often teams defer. You know, these guys say, give us the ball.
Roderick Piggott will handle the officiating from the Big Bend Association up in the Panhandle. That's Tallahassee and westward out toward Mariana. And the rest of the officiating crew for this 4A state championship game, which is now just moments from getting underway. The Highlanders from Lake Wales are undefeated. Santa Fe High School lost to their big rival, Newberry, in the first game of the season, and they have not lost since. So it has been since the first Friday in September for any of these teams to suffer a setback. There are the Raiders. They'll be wearing the white with the gray slacks. Check out their playoff results. A blowout over Crystal River, and then 3 tough games in which they trailed in the second half each time. Gage City Pasco, an outstanding football team. Crestview, a tough game, and then South Sumter County when they finally scored very late in that ball game to put it out of reach. In fact, the defensive lineman recovered a fumble and ran it back in order to make that happen. John Carter, the head coach at Santa Fe High School in his 3rd year as their coach, took over following the state championship of '91. The Highlanders from Lake Wales in Central Florida now take to the field. The Highlanders really struggled in that first round, sneaking past Wauchula Hardy County, then a big win over Astronaut, Cardinal Gibbons by 9, and Rockledge by 11. So they have had a couple of tough games in the last 2 rounds as well. So both of these teams battle-tested, so to speak. They have had to fight. They have had to beat good teams to get here, and they have had tough games along the way. Rod Schaefer, the head coach at Lake Wales High School. There you see his record, 109-49. Has not lost a regular season game since 1991.
Yeah, he's averaged 10 victories a year since he's taken over the head coaching job. Actually, about 10-2 in round numbers. That's a terrific win-loss percentage. Here's Big John Carter, head coach at Santa Fe.
John was the defensive coordinator on the '91 state champs, took over as head coach, and he's really struggled, hasn't he? 31 wins in 3 years. State semifinalist a year ago, and John's got his team in the championship game. Santa Fe will receive to the right as we look at it. Kind of an overcast day in Daytona Beach. We have had some sun during the course of the morning prior to the start, but it's a little bit on the cool side, overcast and breezy as we get set for the opening kickoff and the start of this state 4A championship game. And there's a roller picked up around the, well, it wasn't picked up and finally fallen on it about the 34-yard line. Trell James ended up with it, but it was mishandled a little bit. And Santa Fe had a chance to try to maybe advance it a little bit. Offensively for the Santa Fe Raiders, Tywan Ford, the tailback to watch. He has gone well over 1,000 yards, over 8 yards per carry, and has scored 19 touchdowns. This is a big, strong offensive line. 4 of those 5 guys, 265 or better, led by Zach Zadalis. Oh, by the way, they're all juniors, so they're all still growing. Ford starts in motion. They go right up the inside. That's Adrian Peterson to the 45 to midfield, still on his feet as he drives to the Highlander 44-yard line. Adrian Peterson finally brought down by Ronnie Daniels, but it was a 20-yard pickup.
Well, when you're big and strong, Larry, you just hang in there with your base offense and you try and go right after him. We see Peterson, nothing tricky here, right off tackle behind that big offensive line that you mentioned just a moment ago. Look at that nice juke in the secondary. Finally getting downfield is Ronnie Daniels, number 25, to make the tackle, but not before the Raiders are in Highlander territory.
Officially give him 22 on the carry. Little cross buck with Ford. Ford just riding his blocker down to about the 40, and there's a flag thrown. And the ball came loose, and it's Lake Wales football. Didn't see that ball come loose at all as Ford was running right up behind his tackle, Casey Anderson, but Ronnie Daniels got it for Lake Wales.
Yeah, from our angle, we weren't able to see the ball on the ground, but certainly the Highlanders swarmed on it quickly, and there's a quick early turnover that benefits the Highlanders.
Thought I saw a flag thrown. It was actually the beanbag they throw to signify a change of possession. So it was thrown. It just was not a penalty flag. Running right side, not much there. Darrell Foreman there to wrap up the ball carrier after a very short gain. Let's take a look again and see if we can find that ball coming out.
To the left of your screen, we think, oh, there it is, right in the middle. It's kind of amidst the pile of bodies right there. It didn't look like it was really stripped. It just kind of came out as the whole pile was going down, and the Highlanders wound up with it.
Ronnie Scarlett, the quarterback, gives off his runner heading right side. That's Daniels. Daniels to the 40, to the 30, where he's run out of bounds. Ronnie Daniels. He's a senior, an outstanding football player. Offensively, the Highlanders. Another guy to watch, the fullback, Jeff Cheney, an outstanding two-way performer for the Lake Wales Highlander football team. Up front, Lee Harrison, senior guard, just 160, but a tenacious competitor. This is not a big football team. In fact, their biggest guy on the line is their center, Whitaker, at 240.
Well, we look at Ronnie Daniels' number for the year, and you mentioned Jeff Cheney. We highlighted him in the starting lineup. He made a huge block out of the backfield right there that allowed Daniels to pick up significant yardage.
Running left side, that is Cheney, and there's nothing there. He got maybe half a yard before he is knocked down by Chris O'Neill and the Santa Fe defense. Up front for the Raiders, keep an eye on Xavier Robinson, 5'11", 225. He's a strong force in the middle of that defense. The secondary, Taiwan Ford, he's a 1,000-plus runner. He also plays free safety. We'll see a lot of him out there. A lot of these Santa Fe players will be out there all day, both ways, really. Even on top high school teams, a lot of the top athletes have to play both ways. There's an option play, running right side. Collared and dropped is Ricky Tinsley. He got to about the 26, and Xavier Robinson on the tackle, and that'll bring up a third down situation for the Highlanders.
Yeah, Xavier Robinson is the leading tackler on this Raider football team. He's one of the leaders of their defense, a senior inside linebacker. He's got to be covering a lot of ground this afternoon if these Raiders have a chance of putting the brakes on the Highlander offense.
Daniels, we saw, have the big running play. He's now split out wide to the left on third down. They need about 6. Scarlett rolling left, looking for Daniels, throws it deep, and that ball is caught. No, it's picked off. Coming away with it for Santa Fe is Trell James, and he gets it back to the 15 or 16. It looked like he just picked the pocket of Ronnie Daniels in the end zone.
Well, Ronnie Daniels, one of the finest athletes in the state of Florida, the wide receiver on this occasion in the end zone, but little Trell James at 5'10", 155 steals the show. It looks like it's going to be a toss-up. How does he get that ball? It looked like Ronnie Daniels thought he had possession for a moment, but then Trell James just stole it away.
Wow. From the 15 on the option, Lucas keeps it. That's the quarterback, Freddie Lucas, and he gets about 4 or 5 yards before he's stopped by Chris Parker. Let's look again as James gets his hand right between the arms of Daniels.
Yeah, now the Highlander fans in the stadium are booing. They think that there's an interference call and that should be made here, and James never did look back for the football, but I guess the official felt like that James made contact simultaneously with the arrival of the football, so there was a no call and just a great interception by James.
Freddie Lucas closing in on 700 yards rushing. He has passed for just under 800. Looks on the slant, and that, oh, it's incomplete, right in the hands of Ronnie Scarlett. And he just didn't catch it.
Yeah, Ronnie Scarlett made a great break on the ball. He's the outstanding quarterback that plays free safety on defense. He's the senior. He can't believe he's so disappointed right now that he doesn't come up with this catch. Now you see the ball hit him right in the hands of Ronald Jones. 21 was the intended receiver.
So it'll bring up third down for the Raiders. They need to get up near the 26. On the draw play, it won't happen. They get about 4 of the 6 they need, but that'll be it. Daniels in there defensively once again for the Highlanders.
Well, in our open, we not only complimented the offense, but we took the time to say, hey, these defenses have done a great job throughout the season, too. We look at Coach Schaefer on the sideline talking to one of his ball players, but it's the defense right now, Larry, that's winning the battles out there.
The Highlanders have 4 shutouts. Santa Fe set to punt. That's a wobbler, hits at the 48-yard line. Favorable bouncing for Santa Fe all the way down to the 43. George White, number 7, a junior, with the punt. And it ends up being a 34-yarder with no return, but he got about a dozen on that roll. So with 6:57 to go in the first quarter, no score. And the Highlanders from Lake Wales go on offense for the second time. They had a good drive going before the outstanding interception by Trell James in the end zone. Santa Fe, a very banged up football team. They've got some guys out there playing very hurt. Little cross buck inside, and that is Corey Harris, number 27, a senior tailback, working his way close to midfield. Chris O'Neill and Xavier Robinson on the stop, but that's a good solid pickup of 6, almost 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, they tell us that he's one of the walking wounded that are playing for the Highlanders this afternoon. We know that Santa Fe has a number of kids, too, that have taken a beating. You have to realize these kids have played 14 ball games coming into the championship battle, so they're a bit weary.
Inside handoff, not much there. Robinson quickly puts a lick on Cheney after a short pickup, and it'll be third down and about a yard to go.
You know, one of the tougher things to do as you fight for a championship is not only do you play more games, but the more games you play, the tougher the competition gets in these quarterfinal and semifinal and final rounds of the state championship battle. So a huge challenge for both these teams out there this afternoon.
On third and short, the Highlanders go up the middle, get the first down, still on his feet. Cheney fights his way to the 41 of the Santa Fe Raiders, and it's a Highlander first down. Second time inside Santa Fe territory for Lake Wales.
Jeff Cheney with being the leading ball carrier for the team this year. We mentioned that they share the wealth in that backfield with at least 4 ball carriers over 600 yards during the 94 season, but Cheney is the guy that's gotten the most.
We have a timeout on the field right now with 5:44 to go in the opening quarter. John Carter, the coach of the Santa Fe Raiders, his team very banged up, including Corey Dawson playing with torn cartilage in his knee. He's got guys with sprained ligaments. And he talked with us earlier about being a banged up football team this afternoon.
Well, we've suffered some injuries. We've had 3 really tough games. The last 3 ball games have been tough on us. And Xavier Robinson has been on the practice field all week, and we anticipate him being able to go for 4 quarters. He should be taped in a manner that he won't get re-injured the way he was injured. Josh Haywood has not taken 1 single rep all week. He's our starting safety and one of our running backs. Corey Dawson took a little bit of ice on Monday, defensive tackle, but he should be ready to go this week.
There you see Haywood, the one who may not play at all, has not played yet in the ball game.
Coach, of course, Larry, when the coach says a little bit of ice, he means about 2 50-pound bags.
Probably every day this week for Dawson. He's the one with torn cartilage. Running left side, not a whole lot there for Jeff Cheney. Corey Dawson makes the tackle, 215-pound junior.
And once again now the Santa Fe Raider team is a bigger team. You see Dawson in at 215, but they do have a size advantage in this matchup. The Highlanders feel like they might have an edge in speed, but we'll see how that plays itself out this afternoon.
One thing, the weather is getting better. The skies are breaking up. The overcast skies are, and the sun shining brightly now at Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach. Scarlett sets up. He's hit and he's dropped at the 44. A flag is thrown from way away from the play. And I believe that official is going to call a face mask. Two others closer to the play did not throw a flag.
Well, I was watching Chuck Welch, number 32.
We have a face mask against White.
I don't know if they call it on Welch or not, but he made a tremendous bull rush, they call it. He just overpowers the blocking effort. To the bottom of your screen, watch Chuck Welch just come out of nowhere, up the middle. Look at that, he just bowling over the blocking attempt of number 65, Walter Williams there, and grabs the mask. Can't do that.
That's a 15-yarder, puts the ball down at the 29-yard line. So again, Lake Wales in scoring territory with 4:50 to go, opening quarter of a scoreless FHSAA 4A championship game. Quick hitch thrown to Daniels. Daniels running through traffic, giving up ground, and he'll be dropped at the 25-yard line. So Ronnie Daniels had to catch it around the 21. To give him, what do we do? Give him 8 on the reception and -4 on the return?
Larry, I talked to defensive coordinator Chuck Bell of the
unsportsmanlike on Blake
of the Raider Ball Club, and he was scared to death that Daniels might have the ability to take a hitch like that and turn it into a big play, because he's seen him do it on film on a number of occasions. But we talked about this guy being a primo athlete on the defensive side and the offensive side. I guess he'll make up his mind eventually as he moves to the next level about where he wants to play.
A flag was thrown against Lake Wales for unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of the play. It might have been Daniels when he went down. He threw the ball about 15 yards after the tackle.
Yeah, well, that must have been it, because it's can't do that.
So the play counts, and so they gained about 4 on the play, and they lose about 14 or 15 on the mark. So ends up being 2nd and long. Quick catch on the right side to James Johnson, and he has nowhere to go. Nice open field tackle by George White.
I saw a kid in a high school basketball game the other night slam the basketball onto the floor when he was called with a foul, and they immediately hit him with a technical. So they don't want those kinds of emotional displays in football or basketball. The officials want to maintain control, so they're not going to let the kids get away with those type of things.
The Highlanders have called timeout with 3:49 to go as they face a 3rd and 13 situation at the 32-yard line of the Santa Fe Raiders. Let's go down to the field to Art Schifrin.
Weather's been pretty good today, but last night we had a lot of rain before the ball game last night, and it seems that Santa Fe is slipping a little bit out there on the field. They've got just a regular cleats on, while Lake Wales has the longer screw-in spikes. They might have a little bit more leverage. They seem to be able to keep their feet under them a little bit better than Santa Fe to this point.
Okay, there you see the Highlanders players, and it is kind of mushy out there. And let's check out some of the Santa Fe Raiders. Watch the feet work. Shoo!
Icy conditions on the field, I would say.
That's Chris O'Neill sliding there. So you got to make sure you've got traction. It's a lot tougher to play without it.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll take the weather in this state championship against any of the other 49 states. Maybe Hawaii might have a better day than we're having, but I wouldn't go too far north and want to play football right now.
Absolutely. On 3rd down and long. Scarlett slips as he sets up and gets his balance, but threw it a little bit behind Ronnie Daniels, who had come open on a deep crossing route.
Yeah, Ronnie Daniels slipped also. He was having to reach back for the pass a little bit behind him.
I suspect they'll go for it here at the 32-yard line. Not a lot to gain with a punt and too far for a field goal.
Yeah, they really have no choice at all but to do that. And this is not an insurmountable amount of yards to pick up either, 13.
With receivers like Daniels and Johnson available. Keep an eye on Daniels. He split wide to the right, running that same type of route. Throw deep down the left side, however, and that ball falls incomplete, overthrown. Corey Harris, the tailback, was running deep, and he had plenty of company going deep with him, stride for stride.
Chris O'Neill, I think, Larry, number 40, the defender right there. There you see Chris. Nice job. He was right in the hip pocket of the wide receiver there.
So Lake Wales has gotten inside the Santa Fe 30 twice and come away empty each time, and Santa Fe goes back on offense at the 32-yard line with a 1st and 10 with 3:38 still to go in this opening quarter. Two wide receivers split out. Up the middle, Adrian Peterson, and there's nothing there at all. He's submerged and dropped for a very short gain, if any. Matt Grimes, defensive end, along with Billy Pope, pair of seniors over there.
Well, the Raiders try and go to their strength behind Jamie Campbell, big number 76, and Zedalis, the big 6'4", 265-pound offensive guard, but they got absolutely nothing right there.
Ford comes in motion. He'll get the give. He's looking for running room, and he's caught from behind. Nice effort made by Terrence Smiley, the nose guard, to come around the play and stop it for a gain of just a couple.
Now, Smiley, big, strong nose guard, they count on him to create a lot of havoc at the line of scrimmage. And the defensive tackle, Billy Pope, just a moment ago on the prior play when I talked about the Raiders getting nothing going behind their big, strong offensive line, Pope did a super job of fighting off the double team. There you look at Billy Pope.
3rd down for the Santa Fe Raiders. Lucas, and now we've got a flag on the play. That'll be a delay of game. A little slow getting out of the huddle, and maybe a little quick resetting that ball because it didn't seem like it was that long, but it was 25 seconds. The clock ran down as Lucas was walking up to the line of scrimmage.
Dead ball, delay of game, White, 3rd down.
That'll be 3rd and long. They'll have to get across the 42-yard line to get a 1st down. Lucas fakes the short, looks to throw it deep. That ball is going to be batted away, incomplete. Ronald Scarlett covering Ronald Jones down the left side of the field and was right in position.
Well, we continue to see the defenses just not allow either of these powerful offenses to get anything done. They force the passing game. Both defenses have forced the other guy to try and throw the ball, something neither team does very well.
George White will punt for Santa Fe. Brian Thomas deep to receive the punt. And that's a good kick. High sailing kick fielded at the 37 on a fair catch by number 37. So it's a 33-yard punt with no return for George White, and we've got another change of possession, and very kind of like sometimes we talk about this like a prize fight. First couple of rounds, there haven't been too many blows landed.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. It's more like a couple of I wouldn't say heavyweights because neither team is that huge, but light heavies. Let's call them a couple of light heavies really checking each other out here.
Okay.
Heavyweights, those are the 300-pounders these days.
Nice blocking on a cross buck on the right side and getting up to about the 41-yard line, and Xavier Robinson makes the tackle. That was Cedric Powell on the carry. He's a sophomore. Basically 3rd on the tailback depth chart, but he gets a chance to carry it and pick up about 4 yards. the 41-yard line. The Highlanders fall on it. Welch and Robinson there defensively for Santa Fe, but diving on the ball, the quarterback, Ronnie Scarlett.
Now, Xavier Robinson, number 43 for the Raiders, had a shot at that ball. He almost got it away from Scarlett. Take a look at the replay here. You'll see at the bottom of your screen, Xavier Robinson's going to come in after the ball. He looks like Scarlett tried to take it back after he put it in the belly of Cheney. There you see Robinson almost getting it.
Just not quite. Third down. Second man through. That's Tinsley, and Robinson hits him square up and drives him to the turf.
Boy, you love to see your inside linebackers make hits like that. You know, all the down linemen, the front four, they're supposed to create all kinds of problems so that the offensive lineman can't get a shot on the linebackers. And once your linebacker's freed up, he's got to make the big hit in the tackle. Looks like he got a bit groggy right there after that hit.
Robinson playing with a deep thigh bruise, and that just tightens up so quickly on you. Santa Fe tried to rush up the middle, but it was blocked well by the Highlanders. Good punt. That'll be fielded by Taiwan Ford at the 20. Ford to the 25 and up to about the 27-yard line, maybe the 28. 37 yards on the punt by Josh Smith and an 8-yard return. And that is the final play of the opening quarter of the Florida High School Activities Association 4A football championship game. There's no score between Alachua Santa Fe and Lake Wales.
It's tough being a fan when your team isn't the home team, especially when I try to find coverage of my favorite team in the local paper. I'm lucky if I can find last week's score. But if you're like me, you'll be happy to know there's one publication that'll make you feel right at home. The Sporting News. You'll love the Sporting News, no matter what team you love, even if it is the home team.
Call this number now and get 4 issues of the Sporting News free. You'll get opinions and analysis, team-by-team reports, and coverage of all the college conferences, plus baseball, basketball, and hockey all year long. Call now and you'll get 4 free issues of the Sporting News. If you like them, you'll get 24 more issues at this great TV price. If not, just mark the bill, cancel, and owe nothing. The 4 issues are yours to keep.
So call now for the Sporting News, the publication that treats every team like the home team.
Call now and you'll get 4 great issues of the Sporting News free.
Call 1-800-624-5885 now.
You're in a nightmare filled with monsters that bite, that crawl, that kill. Welcome to Predators of the Wild, an intense journey through a real-life chamber of horrors from Time Life Video. Face creatures so fearsome only the brave dare get close enough to film them. Scenes so close they will make your skin crawl. Call this toll-free number now and begin your journey to the shadow world with Giant Tarantula, yours for just $9.99. Confront a spider that measures a foot across and has venom so powerful it dissolves its victims from the inside out. Other videos take you deeper into the shadow world. Get Giant Tarantula for just $9.99. Keep only the tapes you want. There's never a commitment to buy. So call now and stare into the eyes of a monster.
To order Predators, call 1-800-581-6900. That's 1-800-581-6900. Or send $9.99 plus $3.49 shipping and handling to Predators, Department 1, Richmond, Virginia, 23280.
Second quarter action just set to get underway here at Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach, Florida. The 4A state title, undefeated Lake Wales and once beaten Alachua Santa Fe. Lake Wales has not lost a regular season game in the last 3 seasons, but they've not been able to come away with a state title. Santa Fe won the state championship in '91. Freddie Lucas leads the Raider offense up to the field. Lucas on the keeper, gets it up to the 33, gain of about 5 before Ronnie Daniels makes the play. Boy, Daniels, very active linebacker from sideline to sideline.
Well, Kelly Scott, the defensive coordinator for the Highlanders, said that he really thought his team's quickness was one of their greatest assets, and certainly his defense is playing up to his expectations right now, I'm sure, as As we talked about, the Highlanders had 4 shutouts during the regular season, held a couple other clubs to just 6 points.
Second man through. That's Peterson fighting his way up to the 38, maybe the 39. He's got a first down before Ricky Tinsley, a junior, makes the stop for the Highlanders.
Adrian Peterson right here, really tough on the inside. A lot of bodies at that point of attack. You see Ricky Tinsley, number 18, finally wrapping him up.
Lake Wales fans start to chant Lake Wales as Santa Fe goes 1st and 10 from the 39. Taiwan Ford, and they string him out and drop him. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but Thurman Edwards and Billy Pope doing the job defensively for Lake Wales.
There's an indication of team speed as the Raiders try and get outside against the Highlanders. Thurman Edwards, number 78, one of the big guys up front, is out there helping the linebackers. There's that speed, and there's that young sophomore being outstanding for this defensive unit. But I think it looks like the Raiders have had more success when they really try and power at the point of attack rather than get outside.
2 seconds on the play clock, and Lucas has to call timeout. The play from the sideline, the player with that play did not leave the sideline until the play clock was down to about 12. And then when they broke huddle, it was 7. And once the right tackle, Jamie Campbell, stumbled leaving that huddle, there was no chance. And so the Raiders have to use a timeout. Each team has called 1 timeout here in the first half. 10:18 to go in this opening half of the 4A championship game. Lake Wales has had the best opportunities inside the Santa Fe 30 a couple of times, but no score to this point of the ball game.
Right now, head coach John Carter's in that huddle. Guys in the white jerseys there and the silver hats, the Raider huddle. He was a defensive guy before he became the head coach, and now most recently he spent the last few years concentrating on the offense. So he's out there trying to pump his offensive unit up and say, hey guys, we need to get the other guy's territory and get some points. Let's crank it up.
Second down and a long 10. They lost about a length of the football on the first play. Lucas drops back, swings it out short. Trying to get the ball to Tonio Mazon. And it was incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Now you have to realize that Taiwan Ford during the regular season had 15 receptions, and that was the leading receiver for this Santa Fe ball club. So when we said groundhogs at the open of the show, we weren't pretending. These teams are used to grinding it out, blowing the other guy off the line of scrimmage, and neither one of them can do that to the other guy right now in this championship fight.
Seems like both defenses have pretty good groundhog traps. Lucas looking deep, throws it deep. It's a jump ball, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Billy D. Washington at the 37-yard line of Lake Wales.
Trell James to the right of the formation is the intended receiver. Freddie Lucas, I think, gets hit. Obviously, he gets hit, and the ball all of a sudden doesn't have the steam on it that he wanted to put on it. And Billy D. Washington outleaps the field for the interception.
Okay, that's a kid's name you'll hear in the future. Just a sophomore, 6'2", 175, free safety. Good-looking athlete. So with 9:50 to go, first half, Lake Wales has the ball again. They run inside, and Harris is upset just about as soon as he got his hands on the ball by Chuck Welch and Corey Dawson.
Both of these teams were high up in the positive numbers in terms of takeaways versus giveaways during the regular season as we look at Chuck Welch, the Raider defensive tackle. 190 pounds on a 5'7" frame. He's a stump right there in that line of scrimmage, but both these teams used to taking the ball away from the other guy, and that's continuing here this afternoon.
The Highlanders on 2nd down. Scarlett wants to throw, fires incomplete. Daniels cut inside, the throw went outside. Looked like Scarlett either was expected him either to hook up or to turn out. And it was just a look in. And those two offenses, which combined for something in the neighborhood of 600 yards a game, have not gotten a lot done today.
Now we talked about the Raiders having problems passing the football. Well, throughout the year, the Highlanders haven't exactly gone to the air that many times either, so they're both struggling with the air game right now.
Scarlett will try to throw once again. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be buried at about the 35-yard line. And Xavier Robinson leading the defensive charge. Stephen Boggs, Veron Lee, all in there defensively for the Alachua Santa Fe Raiders, and Lake Wales will have to punt.
There you look at Vernon Lee playing defensive end. There's Josh Smith getting ready to punt the ball. Looks like the punters are going to be busy this afternoon.
Not much of a rush, and he kicks it straight up. Backspin on the end-over-end boot. Hits at the 47 and kicks back to the 46-yard line. So that'll be an 11-yarder for Josh Smith of Lake Wales, and Santa Fe finally does cross midfield.
Yeah, a few moments ago you were talking about the Highlanders had the better opportunities because they had been, what, close to the 30-yard line?
Inside the 30 twice.
Inside the 30 twice. This is the first time, certainly, the Raiders have started a drive in Highlander territory, so that end zone's got to be like a magnet to you right now when you get this kind of chance.
8:15 to go, first half, no score. Inside handoff, Adrian Peterson got to the 45 and not one step further. Matt Grimes in there along with Chris Parker, junior linebacker. You know, Rod Schaefer feels his linebackers are about as good as anyone with Jeff Chaney, Chris Parker, Ronnie Daniels, and Grimes. He feels those guys can go out there and make plays with any group of linebackers he's seen in the state.
Billy Pope right now, one of the defensive linemen, is down with an injury. Hopefully Billy will be all right. You see him grimacing right there. It's
left knee or ankle.
Yeah. Hate to see that, certainly, but we'll wait and see what the results are. We just saw a moment ago Terrence Smiley, also the nose guard, just shoot inside and almost trapped the quarterback before he made the exchange. Smiley and Pope have done a super job up front for the Highlanders all season long, and this will be a big loss for him if Pope can't play the rest of this game.
No score with 7:56 to go in the second quarter. Lake Wales had two scoring opportunities. Santa Fe, its first chance to get anywhere close here in the 4A title game, and they have a 2nd and 9 coming up as Hope will need a lot of help. Billy Pope, a 230-pound senior defensive tackle, being helped off the field for the Highlanders of Lake Wales. Be sure to stay tuned to Sports Channel for continuing coverage of the Florida High School Football Championships in all 5 classifications. Florida's brightest young athletes battle for that championship ring in the 1994 FHSAA Football Championship Series, and all the title games are right here on Sports Channel. Along with Art Schifrin and Jim Yarbrough, I'm Larry Vitale. Glad you're tuned in wherever you're watching today. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of high school football action. Lucas on the pitch. There's Taiwan Ford. Look out. Ford to the 25, down to the 20-yard line.
Well, Freddie Lucas, only a sophomore, but a youngster that had some starting experience as a freshman last year. Larry, he cannot make the pitch any better than this. Look at that. He holds it to the last possible second, and it's a perfect pass. It's almost like a basketball lead pass to Taiwan Ford. Taiwan Ford down the sideline, and here's the greatest chance of the afternoon for Santa Fe.
26 yards on the play from the 20-yard line. Lucas again, lots of running room. Lucas to the 10, Lucas to the 5, touchdown!
Freddie Lucas had 9 touchdowns during the regular season. He was the #3 ball carrier in this option attack. We talked about at least 4 backs sharing the wealth, running the football for Santa Fe this year, but it was all Freddie Lucas right there.
The great option on one side, and then he kept it all the way from the 20-yard line on his second play. He's yet to complete a pass, but he is in the end zone at 6-0. Mike Sykes, a junior, will try the extra point out of the hold of Stephen Boggs, and that one is no good. Short, wide left. Santa Fe's had a lot of trouble with its kicking game this year, and as a result have gone for 2 more often than they've gone for 1.
Well, they ran the option to the left on the prior play. This time they come right. There's no containment. Looked like number 25, Ronnie Daniels, the superstar defender, got caught inside there a little bit, and once Lucas got outside, he certainly had the speed to sprint to the very corner of the end zone before he got hit.
Freddie Lucas, just a sophomore. John Carter, the coach of the Santa Fe Raiders, talks about how much Lucas has grown up during this outstanding 1994 season.
We started rolling about mid-season as Freddie got a few games under him. He's a very fine athlete and a very fine young man who has really taken charge of our offense. He's shown a lot of maturity for a 15-year-old to take us as far as he's taken us, and I'm glad I've got him for 2 more years after this one. I mean, this is his 16th ball game as a starter, so he's really not a sophomore anymore.
I tell you, think about that offense, the whole line back, Lucas back, Peterson back next year. We may see these Raiders in the championship game once again. On the return, that's Brian Thomas, and he doesn't get very far. He's racked up by Darrell Foreman along with Kelvin Robinson for Santa Fe. A 46-yard drive following that 11-yard punt. Lucas on the option pitch got, I guess they got 45 on the option pitch and another 20 on those last 2 running plays.
Well, Freddie Lucas isn't old enough to drive a car, but he can drive an offense. That's a given.
I like that.
I can relate to teenage drivers since I have a few around that age.
Oh my goodness, I'm a ways away from that. Scarlett rolling right, all kinds of time. He gets it to Gilliard, the tight end, to midfield. Gilliard will be hit and driven down at the 43 of Santa Fe, but it's a big play of 34 yards for the Highlanders as they answer that Santa Fe touchdown with a big play to start out this drive.
Well, Ned Gilliard is actually the #2 receiver behind Ronnie Daniels in this wide receiver core. At the tight end, you see the bit of a bootleg action, and as he drags across, there's a defender that tripped right there. I think that was #4, Jared Dunbar, tripped as he was trying to catch up with Gilliard.
They'll mark him down at the 44. It's first down. Right up the gut, spinning forward is Tinsley to about the 37-yard line. Robinson makes the tackle, but a good pickup of about 7 on that first down carry.
Well, much like that boxing match we were talking about earlier, when you get punched in the nose and you start to bleed a little bit, you better hit the other guy. You know, you better give him a punch and let him think about it, and that's what the Highlanders are doing right now.
They've got a second down in Santa Fe territory as we near the 6-minute mark to go here in the first half. 6-0, Alachua Santa Fe on top. Tinsley doesn't get it. Scarlett still has the ball. 1 man to beat, holding on, knocking it loose. Finally is Trell James, and then it's recovered by the Highlanders at about the 22-yard line. Trailing the play, Jeff Cheney finally fell on the football to keep it in Lake Wales possession.
Well, initially you think Ronnie Scarlett is going to do the same thing that Freddie Lucas had just done a moment ago, get outside and score. And Scarlett is about to get that done when Trell James comes out of nowhere, #2. Look at him make this desperation grab. Then he's going to strip the football away. And fortunately, Cheney's hustling down the field. He's not giving up on the play. If Cheney had stopped and simply started jogging, he wouldn't have been there to make that recovery. So excellent hustle by Cheney, and Scarlett almost had the big play.
Ball down at the 22-yard line, the 3rd time Lake Wales has gotten inside the Santa Fe 30. Let's see if they can convert something here. Ron Scarlett has run for 7 touchdowns. He has thrown 11 touchdown passes. The 170-pound senior, the leader of this team, Rod Schaefer, the coach of the Highlanders, talked with us about Ronald Scarlett.
Well, Ronnie Scarlett's our quarterback, and obviously to get this far, you got to have a great quarterback, a kid that can step it up. In the last 5 or 6 weeks, he's thrown the ball well, and he runs well, and he audibles well. So he's the catalyst that makes us go.
There you see Ron Scarlett. And the head coach, Rod Schaefer, started his coaching career at North Vermilion, Indiana for 3 years, then over to Terre Haute. Left Terre Haute in '89 to come to Lake Wales. His record at Lake Wales High School, 50-11. That's not too shabby. First down from the 22-yard line. That's Tinsley. Avoided 1 tackler, can't avoid Xavier Robinson. Also, Chris O'Neill on the tackle, just a 2-yard pickup, however.
Well, if your defense is going to tighten up, you better do it right here as the other guy gets inside your 20. A lot of things going good for the Highlanders right now. Conversely, that Raider defense back on their heels a bit.
Raider defense spread out a little bit more now. They'll try to run inside, and not much room there. Veron Lee got the first hit on the ball carrier, Jeff Cheney, and stopped him for just a yard or 2. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They have to get almost, but not quite, to the 12-yard line for another first down.
Big hit by Veron Lee. He's playing defensive end for the Raiders, and this is one of the better hits of the afternoon right here. Just head on, it gets underneath the blocking effort of number 47, Ned Gilliard, the tight end. Nice effort there.
Joey Szymanski also got in on the play defensively for the Raiders. And I believe Lake Wales has used a timeout to talk over what they want to do in this 3rd down situation. The ball just inside the 19-yard line. So we're going to take timeout since they're going to take timeout. 4:45 to go, first half of the 4A state championship game, with Alachua Santa Fe up by 6, but Lake Wales driving.
I still enjoy going to work in the morning.
Nothing like that feeling.
It's worth everything. Owning my own business.
I have my own business. I enjoy it. I feel strong.
It's a great feeling.
When it's your business, you put your heart and soul into every decision.
I basically dictate my fate.
Confidence, flexibility that you have.
So consider this one. The corporate card from American Express.
It's me, that's it. Sign of success.
The card that helps you manage smarter.
Call now and we'll take your application right over the phone.
Now, small businesses save 3% on mobile gasoline.
That's a plus.
And get discounts on car rentals, hotels, and UPS overnight shipping. Accident disability insurance at no extra cost. And detailed monthly and quarterly reports to maintain control.
Express backs me.
The rewards are wonderful.
See how the corporate card gives you what it gives over 1 million small businesses. The freedom to do what you do best.
It's easy to apply for the corporate card.
Call 1-800-533-MX.
The best card to have.
You'll soon remember why you started your own business in the first place.
You obviously have to love what you're doing.
Don't search the dial for sports news and scores. Take a pit stop with New Sport. Stay ahead of the game. The New Sport Score Box delivers continuous scores and finals. Looking for breaking news? New Sport goes live with press conference coverage. Find out what's hot at the top of the hour with the New Sport Update, a complete 2-minute wrap. And at 6 p.m. Eastern, New Sport Tonight previews the day. And beginning at 2 a.m. Eastern, New Sport Press Box recaps the night. New Sport. Sports news and scores all the time.
There are 2 secrets to getting a great value on a new truck. One is to ask a lot of questions. The other is knowing where to go to get the answers you like. Like how to get a special lease offer on the new Chevy Blazer, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year. It's called Making Your Money Count, and it's at your Chevy dealer now. Now, this is a secret I shouldn't keep to myself. Make your money count. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Well, here we go with a big 3rd down play for the Highlanders of Lake Wales. Ronnie Scarlett gives on the delay. That's Harris. Harris fights down to the 12, and he should have a first down. Corey Harris has missed the last couple of playoff games with an injury, but he's back running strong, and it moves the chains for the Highlanders.
Jeff Cheney, too, number 29. A key block out of the backfield right there for Corey Harris. Cheney 29, Harris 27. Watch the lead block by Jeff Cheney now. Right at the top of your screen. Boom, right there. That's a great block. Allows the Highlanders to pick up a critical first down for them at this stage of the first half.
Ball at the 11-yard line, so they can get a first down again. Scarlett, 3 steps, throws for Daniels, incomplete. Diving in there was George White to get a hand on it as Daniels had hitched up at around the 3.
Well, Ronnie Daniels so dangerous out there, matched up man for man with George White. George White jumps all over that ball. Couldn't have played it any better. And, you know, he's seen some film, too, and he knows how dangerous Ronnie Daniels is, but he was right up in his face, jumped all over that hitch.
So it's second down. Cheney, Harris, the back split behind the quarterback. Scarlett this time runs the fade to the corner. Jump ball, touchdown. The coverage was there, but Daniels just out-jumped George White.
George White, we complimented him on the hitch earlier, and this time he's also in excellent position, but Ronnie Daniels is just too athletic as he times his leap just a little bit better than White and catches the ricochet for the touchdown.
And they missed the extra point. Well, I'll be darned, Josh Smith kicked it a lot more firmly, but he pulled it left. And so with 4:12 to go in the half, we're tied at 6.
Well, Ronnie Daniels again, one of the stars of this championship battle, and we see why. Stays with the football. George White also in great shape there, but just Ronnie Daniels too athletic. You'll recall he ran the hitch a little bit earlier. He's got a little bit more height as he elevated right there than White had. Celebrates the touchdown.
Well, I tell you, that looked like two guys going for a rebound as much as they were going for a football, and I suspect Daniels is a pretty good rebounder as well. Let's go down to the field, and Art Schifrin's got a special interview for us. Art?
Well, we've got Dante Culpepper down here on the field, and Dante, you've just been named the Mr. Florida Football for this year. Tell me about your reaction to being that, getting that honor.
Just feels great. I'm honored to just be named as such a high prestige award.
Tell me about the season you had. Quite an extraordinary year you've had this year.
Yes, sir. We worked hard. We got a lot of stuff done this year. Came out on top most of the time, and last night was a tough game for us, and just fell short by a couple of inches, I guess I'll say.
Tell me about your performance in that game. Quite a gutty couple of plays on 4th and 6 and 4th and 20. You're really able to come through.
Yes, sir. I never feel we got out of the game at any time. So, I mean, 4th down and 20, 4th down and 10. You got to get it, do or die situation.
All right, Dante Culpepper, Mr. Florida Football for this season. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Let's send it back upstairs to Larry and Jim.
Okay, thank you very much, Art. Dante from Ocala Vanguard High School led his team to a 14-0 record before losing the state championship on a field goal that couldn't have missed by more than as he said, just a few inches.
And as you could tell, Dante's a big kid at 6'4", 220, and you ought to watch him play ball. Hopefully you had a chance to see him in that championship battle.
Wild pitch picked up by Adrian Peterson, and he falls down at the 21 or 22-yard line. So on a 1st and 10 from the 33, Santa Fe loses at least 11 yards. Lake Wales Highlanders answered the touchdown with one of their own, a 77-yard drive, a very impressive drive operated by Ronnie Scarlett. But the missed extra point left the score tied at 6.
Now the difference in the two scoring drives, Santa Fe had great field position inside Highlander territory when they executed their drive for a touchdown. You saw how far the Highlanders had to come back to answer.
Lucas on the option, pitches it forward. There'll be a flag thrown on that one.
Well, he was behind the line of scrimmage, wasn't he?
I don't think so. It would be an illegal forward pass if he had crossed the line.
Illegal pass. Against White.
Well, now, the line of scrimmage is what, the 21-yard line? If we get a chance to look at this again, the line of scrimmage is the 21. The quarterback can throw the ball forward if he's behind 22-yard line. Oh, I see. He gets knocked back there. That's why I thought he was closer to the line of scrimmage. That's my excuse.
Well, the best case scenario for him would have been he'd have had 5 offensive linemen about 4 yards downfield. So Santa Fe not having a good drive to this point. Move it back to the 16 or 17-yard line. And with 3:03 to go in the half, it's a loss of down penalty. So the ball's at the 17. They need to get to the 43 for a first down. So just break out your basic 3rd and 26 play here.
That they have used about twice this year, probably.
Well, they just run it up the middle. They want to keep the clock moving. Now inside 3 minutes to go in the first half, and the Highlanders signal from the bench they want timeout, and they use their last timeout. So they'll have a lot of time left on the clock when they get the ball back, and unless it's a terrific kick, then the Highlanders should get the ball pretty close to midfield.
Rod Schaefer already plotting along the sideline what he's going to do with this last opportunity before halftime. A moment ago, you could see the concern on John Carter's face, knowing that he's given the ball back to the Highlanders and might be giving them another chance to score just before halftime. Certainly doesn't want to see that happen.
There you see the Lake Wales Highlander Band. Bet you have an outfit just like that at home, don't you, Jim? The Highlanders.
Not that I would tell you about, anyway.
No kilts?
You know, actually, that's part of probably one of the highest elevations in Florida, probably around that area anyway. So
that's right, over by Bach Tower, right? I've driven through there.
A lot of green orange trees. Beautiful part of Florida.
George White to punt. It's a driving kick that'll be fielded at the 36-yard line. Backing up, looking for running room is Harrison. He doesn't find any. And the ball will be at the 41. So a good 39-yard punt, just 4 on the return. And that's where the Highlanders will go on offense. 1st and 10 with 2:35 to go in this first half.
Yeah, certainly plenty of time. Even though they don't throw the ball that often, they can crank out some big gains with their running attack with this much time.
Each quarterback responsible for a touchdown. Freddie Lucas running it in for Santa Fe. Ronnie Scarlett, a touchdown pass to Ronnie Daniels for the Highlanders. Each team missing the extra point, so we've got a 6-6 tie. Scarlett on a little delay. That looked like a busted play and a bad result as the ball goes backwards about 10 yards.
Well, the offensive linemen were pulling left. Scarlett was going right, and he runs right into, yeah, the back. Looked like the tailback missed the exchange right there. But look at the swarming defense of the Raiders. Boy, they're playing with some determination right now on defense. They know how important this stand is.
Quick hitch caught by, that's James Johnson, and he'll be dropped about 2 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and a dozen. Let's see if Santa Fe uses a timeout with 1:35 to go in the first half. No, apparently they won't. They've got 2. Lake Wales scoreboard says 1, but they've used that one.
Yeah, I agree. They called 2 in a row there just a few moments ago.
On 3rd down, there's Daniels, and he's got a first down at the 45-yard line of Alachua Santa Fe.
Well, Ronnie Scarlett does a beautiful job of laying that ball softly in there, Larry. Did you see how he kind of took something off of it and just kind of laid it out there for Daniels to run under, even though it was a timing route, even though it was a slant route? He really just kind of pulled the string just a little bit and led his receiver Daniels beautifully.
So the ball's at the 45, still 1:10 to go in the half. They'll run it inside, there's nothing there. Trying to give it to Jeff Cheney, but Cheney quickly buried. Joey Szymanski was there to make the stop.
Trying to go behind Lee Harrison, number 67, in at offensive left tackle right now.
On second down, Scarlett looks, his man's not open, flag on the play. Scarlett carries and will be dragged out of bounds at the 43 or 44. Darrell Foreman, senior linebacker, makes the stop. Let's check out the infraction thrown on the line of scrimmage. Maybe 6 men on the line.
Yeah, I thought the tight end was a bit off. Did you? Is that what you're
there is no foul.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah, I thought the tight end was too far off the line, and maybe they just, the guy who threw it had second thoughts, because I believe that's what it would have been.
Yeah, I saw the same thing, but evidently he was close enough, and they just made a mistake. Inadvertent flag.
Put it back in your pocket. That's fine with me. And now the Raiders call timeout with 37 seconds left in the half, and the Highlanders facing a 3rd and 9. 6-6 tie in the Florida State Class 4A championship game. The Florida High School Activities Association championships being contested here in Daytona Beach.
That's Coach Jay Godwin there. Coaches the down lineman of this defense. Coach Chuck Bell, the defensive coordinator, complimented Coach Godwin before kickoff today, said he'd certainly brought a lot to his ball club when he joined the staff about 3 years ago. Previously, he was at Buchholz High School in Gainesville. Excellent young coach, and you can see him right there trying to inspire his defense.
Boy, this time of year, both teams have had such great seasons. One will end up disappointed as they battle for a state championship crown and the ring that goes with it. The games for a ring, whether it's a high school championship game or one you saw here on Sports Channel earlier in the month, the SEC championship game. When you get the chance to play for that ring, it really tends to bring out the best in everyone. And we're seeing a very well-played football game here in Daytona this afternoon. Scarlett drops back. He throws the drag route. I think they were looking at the lateral. The ball came loose. Trell James has it. He pitches it up. It's a loose ball. That'll be an illegal forward pass, and now the ball goes back and out of bounds.
It's a scrum. It's a scrum.
Okay, now where's the Stanford band?
Yeah. The Stanford, California game keeps haunting us as we see these. That almost worked, though, you know. Almost worked. The first pitch, they almost broke free, but after that, the second, third, fourth one didn't work.
I almost look like Robert Redford. Just not quite. It should be Santa Fe ball and move back the possession, I would assume, because Santa Fe did come away with it. They looked like they threw a drag route pass to James Johnson, who was trying to lateral back, almost a hook and ladder type of execution, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, it looked more like a suicide route as he came back within a yard of the line of scrimmage, and there was nothing but about 5 white jerseys there to knock him down. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see that play again. I know the guys in the truck are working hard to bring it to us.
It's just too long.
It's a lot of footage.
They found the first 8 laterals.
We have an illegal pass after possession had changed against White. It's going to be White's ball, first down.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Look at the swarming defense, and now you look like he's going to get it, but oh! watch this. There's another one.
They're lucky it went out of bounds, or Lake Wales could have had it back.
Oh, that was fun.
Luke is back to throw, keeps his balance. He just steps up and falls down at the 30, 46, maybe the 47. 12 seconds on the clock, and Santa Fe will use its final timeout. They wanted to throw deep, and Lucas thought he saw some running room, stepped up, then his feet went out from under him and ended up gaining about 4 yards or so.
Yeah, you can see him. He's a bit disgusted with his feet right there. His cleats, he's checking his cleats, but it's really not a muddy field, but it's loose. It is slick. Heavy rain last night. There was a ball game here last night, the 5A state championships. And so they're having a few problems with the field, but it's a bright, sunny day right now.
John Carter calls the plays for the offense of the Santa Fe Raiders, also the head coach. 9 seconds on the clock. They're out of timeouts, although the scoreboard does not like to charge everyone for the timeouts they use. Santa Fe, the board says, has 1 remaining. Each team has called 3, that's certain. And we'll see what Santa Fe tries to do. 6-6 tie as we near the end of the first half of this state championship game. Alachua Santa Fe High School and Lake Wales, each team eliminated by Jacksonville Bulls last year. Santa Fe in the semis, Bulls losing the championship game by a score of 42-21.
Nice crowd here this afternoon. That's the Lake Wales group that has literally filled this side of the stadium.
Lake Wales making its 6th appearance in the state playoffs. They'll go again, try to throw deep. Lucas in trouble, just dumps it off to Peterson, and Adrian Peterson no gain on the play, and this half has come to a close. In the last few plays, a little more interesting than the others, but a very competitive first half of football between the Highlanders from Lake Wales High School and the Raiders from Alachua Santa Fe. Lake Wales let a couple of scoring opportunities get away early. Santa Fe got a scoring opportunity on a bad punt and quickly was able to get into position from the 46 in 3 plays to get a touchdown. A blocked extra point left it at 6-all. And then Lake Wales answered with a 77-yard drive of their own. That drive culminating in a touchdown pass that tied it, and then they missed the extra point as well, leaving us here at a 6-6 tie as we head to halftime. The teams head to the locker room, and Art Schifrin has Santa Fe coach John Carter down on the field. Art?
Coach Carter, is a 6-6 tie here at halftime. A lot of defense. Is that what you expected between these two teams?
Yeah, we're still feeling each other out. I say, you know, it's a lot easier in these big games to, it seems, to be able to, you know, to play defense, and that's what's happening right here on both sides. The offenses are still a little tight, but I tell you, defenses are playing good.
You guys, with the cleats they have, seem like they're slipping a little bit out there. You were concerned about that at all?
Yeah, I was concerned about that at the beginning of the game when we warmed up. You know, we're not one of these football factories that can buy cleats for different types of turf, but I sure didn't expect this ryegrass to be this wet out here, and it's causing us some problems for sure.
Any adjustments you'll be making for the second half?
We'll just try to get the ball in the end zone best way we can. Looking at what they're doing, there might be some opportunities for us in the second half.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Back upstairs.
Okay, thank you very much, Art. We are at halftime in Daytona Beach, Florida. The FHSAA 4A state championship game tied at 6. Back with our halftime after this timeout on Sports Channel.
If you think you play like this, but you really play like this, you need help. You need Leslie Nielsen, star of the new home video Bad Golf Made Easier.
Billy, the reason the game is called golf is because all the other 4-letter words have been taken.
Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier teaches you the fundamentals.
Always remember, the only really useful tip in golf is the one you give to the starter.
Secrets the pros won't tell.
Never use the comb in the blue fluid.
And how to play the problem lie. It's the smash hit home video. Call now to order. Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier.
What is our credo?
We don't play golf to feel bad.
We play bad golf but feel good.
Call now to order Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier. Only $19.98. This video makes the perfect gift. Rush delivery available. Call 1-800-624-3600.
Discover the amazing training secrets of America's finest baseball school with Dynamic Practice Organization, a revolutionary new instructional videotape. Dynamic Practice Organization features professional scout and instructor Tommy Mansky with his famous building block approach to athletic training. This exciting instructional videotape features the same drills, techniques, and methods that have produced baseball world's back-to-back-to-back AAU national championship teams. Dynamic Practice Organization makes any coach look like a genius and organizes offensive and defensive practices that players of all ages and ability levels can't wait to attend. And immensely improves team communication skills and even conditioning. This is the instructional video that's a winner. To order your copy for only $29.95, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-282-5020. The Dynamic Practice Organization teaching video makes a great gift, too. Call now 1-800-282-5020.
Back at halftime of the Florida State 4A football championship game where it's tied up at 6 between Santa Fe and Lake Wales. I'm joined now by Dr. Patricia Lucas, the principal at Bradenton Manatee High School and also a member of the board of directors of the National Federation of State High School Associations. And Dr. Lucas, tell me what's the purpose of that National Federation?
Well, the National Federation, as you said, is made up of membership of all the state associations, and of course one of the main functions is to coordinate sports activities throughout the United States and make sure that we have a fairly standardized set of rules in all the different sports teams.
What are some of the concerns that you have for the state of Florida as well as nationally?
Well, it's interesting because as a member of also the Florida High School Activities Association Board of Directors and the Executive Committee, one of the things that I hear very frequently is that people criticize the association thinking that it's some bureaucratic, autocratic group of people out of Gainesville running the state. And of course the bylaws of the association, which everybody has to abide by, are voted in to effect by the 549 member school principals in the state. So one of our continuing efforts is to educate the public to that fact, and also to make sure that we have a level playing field for the sports activities in the state of Florida.
Are there any kind of changes in the regulations that we can expect in the near future?
Well, we'll be having a vote this next spring on some of the rules affecting waivers for students transferring from school to school, but we'll have to see how the member principals vote on those rule changes.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Patricia Lucas joining us here at halftime of the State 4A championship game where we are tied at 6 between Santa Fe and Lake Wales. Back with more of your halftime right after this on Sports Channel.
Always Coca-Cola. Reindeer always fly. Sleigh bells always ring. Whenever Santa's thirsty, there's always the real thing. Coca-Cola Classic is always the one. 'Tis the season to have fun. Always Coca-Cola, yeah. La 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 la, Coca-Cola, yeah. La 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 la, always Coca-Cola.
Imagine 36 million people agreeing on something. That's how many people drive a Chevrolet today. Make you wonder if they know something you don't? Like how to get a special lease offer on this all-new Chevy Lumina with dual airbags and air conditioning. It's called Making Your Money Count, and you can do it right now at your Chevrolet dealer. Hey, 36 million people can't be wrong. Making your money count for the holidays. That's genuine Chevrolet.
I still enjoy going to work in the morning.
Nothing like that feeling.
It's worth everything. Owning my own business.
Your own business. I enjoy it. I feel strong.
It's a great feeling.
When it's your business, you put your heart and soul into every decision.
I basically dictate my fate.
Confidence, flexibility that you have.
So consider this one. The corporate card from American Express.
It's me, that's it. Sign of success.
The card that helps you manage smarter.
Call now and we'll take your application right over the phone.
Now, small businesses save 3% on mobile gasoline.
That's a plus.
And get discounts on car rentals, hotels, and UPS overnight shipping. Accident disability insurance at no extra cost. And detailed monthly and quarterly reports to maintain control.
Express backs me.
The rewards are wonderful.
See how the corporate card gives you what it gives over 1 million small businesses. The freedom to do what you do best.
It's easy to apply for the corporate card.
Call 1-800-533-MX.
The best card to have.
You'll soon remember why you started your own business in the first place.
You obviously have to love what you're doing.
Well, we're at halftime in Daytona Beach at Municipal Stadium. The FHSAA 4A State Championship dead even at 6-6, Alachua, Santa Fe, and Lake Wales. Welcome back to our halftime. Jim Yarborough, we talked before the game, two great offenses. They combined for 600 yards a game. They combined for about 75 points a game. Those defensive guys took offense to our pregame, I suppose. They've been excellent.
They really did. You see two swarming defenses. Santa Fe is a little bit bigger physically. Lake Wales, I think, has more team speed, but both defenses controlling this ball game. Lake Wales had one good drive. Santa Fe had one after they got some excellent field position, but only one touchdown each. So the defenses are really getting it done.
Lake Wales had the first opportunity to score deep in Santa Fe territory, but Santa Fe's Trell James is able to make a big play on defense.
Well, he certainly does. Watch number 2 in the end zone. Trell James working against Ronnie Daniels. Ronnie Daniels, the super wide receiver for the Highlanders, but it's little Trell James that comes up with the turnover right there. That obviously would have been a big touchdown for Lake Highland, but too good a defense.
The defense got the play made, and then Freddie Lucas on the option from 20 yards out.
Well, just prior to this, Freddie Lucas had made a great pitch on the option to the left. This time he comes back to the right, and once he gets outside, he had the speed to get to the corner, get the first and only touchdown for the Raiders this afternoon.
Lake Wales comes right back with a 77-yard drive.
This time Daniels is not to be denied. We saw the interception a few moments ago, but this time he was taking the ball away from number 7, George White, who on the prior play had made an excellent defensive play.
And then the one play that the coaches spent the most time drawing up. We had a little fun late in the first half.
Yeah, this is a drag route that they try and get to. Is that Daniels coming across the middle?
Johnson, I believe.
Yeah, it's Johnson, but he gets stripped of the ball, and the ball starts bouncing around, and the Raiders try and make a pitch. A little bit of forward pitch right there by number 2. That was Trell James again in the middle of the action. Continue to pitch the ball, and finally it's bouncing out of bounds, and nothing really happened but a good laugh for all of us.
And let's check out the first half stats. First of all, for the Lake Wales Highlanders, good balance.
Well, Lake Wales does wind up with 156 yards in total offense. Daniels responsible for some of the passing yardage. The rushing game is their forte, so they're not operating on all cylinders quite yet, but certainly they had a good half of offense. Conversely, Santa Fe really struggled. Look at this, 94 yards in total offense. When they did get it done, as I mentioned, they had the great field position and were able to get in for one touchdown.
So the Santa Fe Raiders and the Highlanders of Lake Wales dead even at 6-6. We'll be back to kick off the second half of this Class 4A state championship game after this timeout on Sports Channel.
It's tough being a fan when your team isn't the home team, especially when I try to find coverage of my favorite team in the local paper. I'm lucky if I can find last week's score. But if you're like me, you'll be happy to know there's one publication that'll make you feel right at home. The Sporting News. You'll love the Sporting News, no matter what team you love, even if it is the home team.
Call this number now and get 4 issues of the Sporting News free. You'll get opinions and analysis, team-by-team reports, and coverage of all the college conferences, plus baseball, basketball, and hockey all year long. Call now and you'll get 4 free issues of the Sporting News. If you like them, you'll get 24 more issues at this great TV price. If not, just mark the bill, cancel, and owe nothing. The 4 issues are yours to keep.
So call now for the Sporting News, the publication that treats every team like the home team.
Call now and you'll get 4 great issues of the Sporting News free.
Call 1-800-624-5885 now.
You're in a nightmare filled with monsters that bite, that crawl, that kill. Welcome to Predators of the Wild, an intense journey through a real-life chamber of horrors from Time Life Video. Face creatures so fearsome only the brave dare get close enough to film them. Scenes so close they will make your skin crawl. Call this toll-free number now and begin your journey to the shadow world with Giant Tarantula, yours for just $9.99. Confront a spider that measures a foot across and has venom so powerful it dissolves its victims from the inside out. Other videos take you deeper into the shadow world. Get Giant Tarantula for just $9.99. Keep only the tapes you want. There's never a commitment to buy. So call now and stare into the eyes of a monster.
To order Predators, call 1-800-581-6900. That's 1-800-581-6900. Or send $9.99 plus $3.49 shipping and handling to Predators, Department 1, Richmond, Virginia, 23280.
Back back at halftime of the State 4A Championship game, tied at 6 between Lake Wales and Santa Fe, joined by Lake Wales coach Rod Schaefer. Tell me about that first half. They're really close between those two teams.
I just think a really good defensive battle, and both teams had opportunities, and we just didn't capitalize. So hopefully the sun will dry the field out so we can run some pass patterns.
They look like they were slipping around a little bit there, and you've got the longer cleats. You feel like that's going to give you an advantage, better leverage out there?
I think we've been slipped more than they have, so I don't know that it has. So.
Okay, well, best of luck in the second half, and we'll look forward to seeing you out there. Okay, we'll send it back upstairs to Larry and Jim.
Okay, thank you very much, Art. The two teams are going to be a little bit late, I think, starting this second half because of an award ceremony for some punt, pass, and kick competition contestants. 6-6 tie, Santa Fe and Lake Wales. Jim, when you're on a sloppy turf and you don't have longer cleats, what can the Santa Fe Raiders do right now? What adjustments do they have to make physically and or mentally to get better traction?
Well, they said they can't make adjustments physically because obviously they've got a limited budget, as most high schools do, and they can't go in and change cleats like a pro team or a big Division I team. But what they have to do mentally is forget about it. They can't use that as an excuse or worry about it to the extent that it bothers them. They've just got to go out and try and play the football that they've played all year, which is championship caliber, and just not worry about the surface.
Rod Schaefer's team, runner-up in the state tournament last year, right here in Daytona Beach Municipal Stadium. In fact, they played Jacksonville Bowles, and that was a close game before Bowles hit some big plays in the third quarter to take command. And we'll see how this second quarter unfolds. John Carter, defensive coordinator on the '91 Santa Fe State Championship team. And in his third year as head coach, his first championship game as a head coach. We saw Billy Pope go down earlier, the defensive tackle. That ankle wrapped up very tightly, so one would assume a pretty severe sprain of that ankle for Pope. So he is done for the day, and we'll see if that has a significant impact because this is not a big team up front defensively for Lake Wales. The Highlanders really count on Billy Pope. He's their biggest defensive lineman in the starting lineup at 230 pounds, a 5'11" senior. Chris O'Neill for Santa Fe, talking things over with Tonio Maison. Maison entered the game, caught a pass during the first half. Highlanders have the Raiders outnumbered a little bit here in Daytona Beach. Good crowd on hand there. You see the Alachua Santa Fe contingent on the far side of the field, decked out in their red and white. Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach, Florida, now known as Larry Kelly Field. Longtime mayor of Daytona Beach, very instrumental in helping bring high school championship action to the city. And we're on the roof. Just keep looking up, up, up. The higher up you go. There we are. Got Mr. Euchre's seats. We're left unclaimed. Of course, in this stadium, that's a great location, not too high up. Kickoff backing up to field it. Brian Thomas comes up the left side. Tried to pop through the pack, but unfortunately for him, only his teammate was able to do that. And the Highlanders will start out at the 25-yard line as we begin third quarter action. Ronnie Scarlett, 79 yards passing. He had that one picked off in the end zone and connected for the touchdown to Ronnie Daniels.
Had a couple of another excellent chances too to Daniels. Just great defense denied the reception.
We'll keep an eye on Daniels in the second half. He's caught half of Scarlett's completions this year. Under trouble, Dawson couldn't get him, neither could the next man. And Scarlett able to go forward and gain about a yard before he's tripped up. Veron Lee ends up making the play, but the big rush up the middle didn't get to Ronnie Scarlett.
Yeah, Corey Dawson, number 88, is the guy that's going to break loose. He's going to get right in the face of Ronald Scarlett really quick. Scarlett has no choice now but to take off and try and get something back. Ultimately, there you see the tackle made by Veron Lee, 42.
They'll run the draw. And Harris will lose yardage. Dawson got his big paws on Corey Harris and drove him backwards. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play.
Stephen Boggs, also 51, linebacker, helping Dawson there. There you get a look at Corey. He's made 2 excellent plays in a row right there from his defensive tackle position, but Stephen Boggs, number 51, the inside linebacker, was there to destroy that play too.
Boggs is a senior. This is a good, experienced Santa Fe defense, younger on the offensive side of the ball. Scarlett rolling right, all kinds of room. He elects to throw, and it's almost intercepted off the hands of Xavier Robinson, but boy, was there open real estate in front of Scarlett.
Ronnie Scarlett throws it right to Xavier Robinson. Obviously, there's a breakdown in the route. He's going to roll out to his right there. He's got a guard out in front of him. Tries to throw it back. Whoa, he's trying to get back to the tight end. Tried to get the ball back to Gilliard, but almost threw it to the Raiders instead.
Josh Smith to punt. Mishandled it, then it's blocked. Caught in the air by Dawson. Corey Dawson to the 10. Dawson to the 5, and he's run out of bounds. The Santa Fe Raiders will have it 1st and goal.
Well, Jeff Chaney makes a touchdown-saving tackle on Corey Dawson. What a series Dawson's had here. Who's going to get a piece of this ball from the middle? It's going to be number 30. That's
Foreman.
Darryl Foreman. The senior linebacker, Darryl Foreman, blocks the punt. Corey Dawson, who's just had an awesome series, got the recovery.
And Adrian Peterson got the touchdown on the very next snap.
And there's Foreman celebrating, as well he should, because he's responsible for helping his team get that touchdown.
And we'll see if the Raiders go for 2 after all the trouble they've had this year on extra points. It looks like their first team offense is in there. Lucas looks at the play. He's got 15 to get it off from the middle of the field from 3 yards out. 6 on the play clock. Lucas rolls right, throws, diving attempt is incomplete. Adrian Peterson, the fullback who just scored the touchdown, trying to get the 2-point conversion, but it's no good. So we've had 3 touchdowns in this game. We have yet to have a conversion successfully executed, and that's a break, obviously, for the of Lake Wales, who do have the better kicking game.
Well, the route was there. The play did work. Peterson just wasn't able to come up with the catch. He is looking back into the sun as the Raiders are moving left to right on your screen. They're looking back into the sun. Peterson to the bottom of your screen. Excuse me, this is the touchdown, the replay of the touchdown. Just a gaping hole at the line of scrimmage. Adrian Peterson getting the touchdown. But they didn't, as you mentioned, get another conversion. So here we go, 12-6.
Nice scoring drive, fellas. Gee, I wonder how many guys were needed to compute that one, Jim.
Now, the team that has the lead is the team that had less than 100 yards in total offense at halftime. So that shows you how important specialty teams are. Right there, a touchdown by Santa Fe after they had gotten not much done on offense in the first half. They come out and quickly get another touchdown, but as a result of their defensive play, really, as they had blocked the punt.
Powell on the return. He has drilled. Big time hit made, and I think that was that Foreman again?
Yes.
Darryl Foreman on the kick coverage makes the hit at the 15-yard line.
Whoa, big hit by Foreman. We're going to have another look at. You're going to see at least 4 silver bullets coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at those hats going after the black jerseys of the Highlanders. Terrific coverage by the Raider kickoff team.
So it's Santa Fe up 12-6. The Highlanders are pinned deep to start the drive at their own 15. And we've got a flag Which side moved? One Santa Fe player pointed at a Lake Wales player, but I think it was the Raiders who violated the neutral zone.
Dead ball, encroachment, white.
That's a big break there for Lake Wales. They'll get 1st and 5 out of it. In high school, you can't jump across and come back. First guy to violate the neutral zone gives up 5 yards. So on 1st and 5, they'll run the belly. And very close to first down yardage is Cheney, the fullback. Oh, it's not Cheney. It was Tinsley getting the call. And a gain of just enough to pick up that first down. So the Highlanders start out with a first down. Foreman makes the tackle. Foreman's been busy lately. Big hit on the special teams. He blocked the punt. That was caught in midair by Corey Dawson. Now 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Scarlett on the option, pitches to Harris. Harris hit at the 25 and ridden down at about the 26 or 7-yard line. Trell James in there defensively along with Xavier Robinson. Well, I tell you, Mr. Robinson, number 43, covers a bunch of ground.
Yeah, we've complimented the Highlander defense because of their team speed, but there was an excellent indication of the speed that the Raiders have on defense. Trell James and Xavier Robinson were both out of the play initially as the pitch was made, but they closed so rapidly that they shut it down for just a small gain.
On 2nd down, 2 seconds on the play clock. Scarlett gets the snap off, gets it up the middle. Still on his feet, churning with those legs, driving for first down yardage is Jeff Cheney, the 6'1", 190-pound junior.
Now we've complimented Jeff Cheney in the first half for his blocking. This time we're going to compliment him for his tenacity here as he refuses to go down with an arm tackle. And look at this, fighting off 2 more defenders and dragging them for a couple of yards.
From the 37, they run inside again. Not as much that time, only a gain of about 3. Robinson drives back the ball carrier, Cheney. Also in there, Chuck Welch.
Well, you can understand the Highlanders' reluctance to go inside a lot because of the size advantage that the Santa Fe defense has over them. But on the last couple of plays, as they've gone inside, they've been successful. But you would think they'll continue to try and get the ball outside on the option and try and come up with a big break.
Little cross buck running inside. And Corey Dawson says nothing doing here. A couple of yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd straight play, they go inside, and Boggs and Robinson, the 2 inside linebackers, are staying real active right now. They can't quite get a hat on them. The offensive line can't quite get to them quickly enough. But you can see there's a lot of traffic coming at those inside linebackers.
3rd down, it's a short 4. Just across the 47 will get him a first down, and that won't happen. They tried that little cross buck again with Cheney, but that time Corey Dawson and Robinson and Foreman were all equal to the task.
Well, we've seen 4 straight Highlander running attempts inside the tackles. They believe right now that they can get something done inside the tackles, but they came up well short of the 4th down, and they're going to have to give it back to Santa Fe.
I owe credit to Stephen Boggs, who made a nice play getting under the block to get a hand on the ankles of Cheney and slow him down. Pretty good rush this time, but it won't get near Smith, who punts it to the 26. Fair catch made on the run by Taiwan Ford. A 29-yarder on the kick, and that's where Alachua Santa Fe will go to work with 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go 3rd quarter. So Santa Fe on the blocked punt got a quick score to start off this second half, and now John Carter's offense will try to go to work and see if they can sustain something.
Larry, that was a really heads-up play by Taiwan Ford. If that ball had hit the ground, it would have bounced with the momentum and speed it had another 15 yards, I'm sure. So he saved his team about 15 yards by running up there quickly and catching that line drive punt.
And we have a timeout called on the field as John Carter will head out on the field to talk with his players before they start off this possession. The broadcast rights to today's telecast have been granted to Sports Channel Florida by the Florida High School Activities Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this program without the express written consent of Sports Channel Florida is prohibited. Along with Art Schifrin and Jim Yarborough, I'm Larry Vitale. Glad to have you tuned in wherever you're watching Sports Channel today. The Raiders of Santa Fe trying for their second state title in 4 years. The Highlanders of Lake Wales in their second consecutive championship game, trying to get their first title under the direction of Rod Schaefer. There you see the Santa Fe band performing on the far side of the field.
Yeah, both of these bands have really been into it this afternoon. It's great to see these kids really getting out here and getting excited about this championship opportunity that their high schools have.
Taiwan Ford runs into one of his blockers. Then he gets away from a couple of Highlander tacklers and makes about 5 yards, maybe 6, all by his lonesome.
Well, Ford at 185 pounds on a 5'11 frame isn't that powerful of a looking running back, but we see he certainly does have power and stability here as he refuses to go down with the initial arm tackle at the line of scrimmage. Actually gets a little bit of momentum out of that attempted tackle and reverses direction quickly.
Right up the middle, big hole opens up. Peterson in the open field, caught by Daniels and dropped at the Highlander 34-yard line. Adrian Peterson goes 33 right up the middle.
Well, the biggest running opportunity and effort of the afternoon comes to the fullback, Adrian Peterson. Look at the big blocks by 54, Zach Zadelios, and number 76, Jamie Campbell.
Peterson now averaging over 10 yards a carry. He gets it again, and he gets just about 10 more inside the 25. Looks like he'll be about the length of the football, shy of a first down. But Adrian Peterson, the sophomore, a good-looking athlete at that fullback spot for the Santa Fe Raiders.
Well, and you get an idea that Coach John Carter maybe at halftime, Larry, said, hey, we're bigger. Let's double team a few guys at the point of attack. Let's just try and go right at them maybe and see if we can get 3 and 4 and 5 yards at a crack.
On second and short, they run wide. Taiwan Ford, not much there. He got 1.5 yards, but that'll be enough for a first down. Parker, Daniels also looks like they've got Jeff Cheney in there defensively. Cheney, kind of a rover back for them in the linebacker slot. They'll play 8 guys up in the box, so to speak, an 8-man front, sort of.
Now, this is the offense that we talked about as we looked at the stats from halftime that really didn't get that much done. They did execute on one drive, did get the 1 touchdown early. They had a short drive a moment ago after the block punt, but this is their best effort of the afternoon as an offensive unit.
Taiwan Ford, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Ricky Tinsley stretched it out and made the play in the backfield for a loss of 1 yard.
Ricky Tinsley, the junior linebacker. There's that speed. Here's another look at it. Look to the right there, filling the gap right there, exactly where he's supposed to be.
On second down, they try to run inside. Peterson fights his way forward for about 3 to the 22. It'll bring up third down, and all of a sudden those Lake Wales defensive linemen. They're trying to hit some of those gaps, trying to split the Santa Fe blockers.
Matt Grimes, number 50, doing a nice job in the last couple of plays, too, at defensive end.
On third down, Lucas with the pitch to Ford. Ford inside the 20 and will be brought down inside the 18 at about the, maybe close to the 17-yard line, but still about 4 yards shy of the first down. And we'll see if the Raiders are going to try to kick a field goal or will they go for it. It appears that they will keep the ball on the ground. Checking into the lineup, Jeremy Pinkham, another offensive lineman.
Yeah, Coach John Carter told us before kickoff this afternoon that his inclination is to go for it more often than trying any field goal attempts.
4th down and 4. They go up the middle. Peterson's got the first down inside the 13-yard line.
Oh, nothing fancy about that one, was there?
4th and 4, and you run your fullback up the middle. If it works, it works. They're using their raw power. Markham just outside the 13, but he still has the first down. They're going to measure. Let's see where the ball is spotted. He's got it by about 2 feet. I mean, this is not close.
Well, maybe if we can take another peek, the excellent blocking again at the point of attack with a big, strong lineman running behind. See if we can pick up the numbers. Number 55 at center, Jeremy Pinkham. Right behind Pinkham, and Robert Wheeler, the left guard. Casey Anderson, the left tackle.
Perhaps Lake Wales looking for the Raiders to run right behind Zadalis and Campbell. Santa Fe runs on the left side after bringing Pinkham into the lineup. So it's a first down at the 13. 2:35 to go, third quarter. There's Peterson. Or rather Lucas. He faked it to Peterson. Lucas kept it, got maybe a yard and a half. Knocked down by Matt Grimes, a senior defensive end, along with Terrence Smiley. It'll be second down as the Santa Fe Raiders look for a very important score to go up by more than 6. If you had a reliable kicking game, you'd feel good about your chances of getting at least 3. Santa Fe's thinking end zone. Quick pitch. There's Ford to the 5, and he's going to be knocked down. No signal touchdown. It'll be first and goal at the 1.
Yeah,
the ball's down at the 1-yard line.
Lake Wales is saying the ball was on the ground, and perhaps if they had gotten the football. At first we're thinking, was it a touchdown or not? And then all of a sudden we're thinking, is it a fumble or not? Here we see the pitch. Excellent job again by Freddie Lucas getting the ball out just at the last moment. Jeff Cheney is there. Billy D. Washington, the ball might have been on the ground, really couldn't tell.
There's Peterson again, and he's got another touchdown. Highlanders were trying to call timeout, but the officials didn't see it, didn't give it to them, what have you. No timeout was called, and we've got an 18-6 ball game as Mike Peterson scores his second touchdown of this third quarter. Rather, Adrian Peterson, I'm sorry, his older brother Mike Peterson, a freshman at the University of Florida, playing for the Gators. Lucas incomplete. He had Peterson open again and misfired. So 4 touchdowns without a conversion, but with 1:42 to go, third quarter, Jim, the Santa Fe Raiders have taken a little bit of command with a 12-point lead.
Yeah, John Carter's offense has lit a fire, especially on the last drive. The prior touchdown really was the result of the block punt, but this time it was the offensive unit entirely responsible for that good fortune and a touchdown. He's also saying we should have converted 2 times after those last 2 touchdowns because both receivers were wide open. You're going to take a look at the last attempt, and you're going to see The receiver, again, is wide open. Adrian Peterson, the ball's overthrown, though. Freddie Lucas just can't get the ball down to Peterson right there, but he definitely was open.
So the Santa Fe Raiders will kick it off. 73-yard, 5-minute drive as Santa Fe went to their power running game.
Well, Coach Carter saying, finally we got an offensive drive cranked up.
Still a lot of time to go. 1:42 left in the third quarter. But Lake Wales is going to have to get its offense going and find a way to slow down Santa Fe after that strong drive. Ford, a line drive kickoff fielded at the 1-yard line. Right up the middle, looking for running room. Not a lot there for Ronnie Daniels. And he'll be knocked down by Peterson at the 27-yard line, and that's where Lake Wales will go on offense. So the Highlanders trying to get the ball in Daniels' hand an extra time. He's not normally the kickoff return man.
Well, we talked about the importance that he is to this ball club, and they want to turn him loose any chance they can.
Little bit of a delay there, and then Scarlett out on the corner. He's got 5, he's got 10, and he's spun out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Scarlett picks up about 12 yards, maybe 13, and a first down.
It's a broken play. The ball is snapped, or the exchange is not made cleanly. And once Ronnie Scarlett realizes that the play is going to break down, he just takes off and does whatever he can, and he, believe it or not, sprints for about 11, 12-yard gain in the first down.
From the 39-yard line. Scarlett again. Oh, he didn't see his pitch man, but he's running himself. And he trips over Tinsley at the 48 of Santa Fe, but that's another 13 yards and a first down.
Well, Ronnie Scarlett really flirting with danger here as he's holding that football out in one hand. Here's the option attack, the fake on the dive. As you mentioned, the pitch back is open, but he cuts back to the inside, almost loses the grip on the ball a couple of times there as he switched hands.
Less than a minute to go, third quarter. Lake Wales down by a dozen, but driving. Scarlett fakes the give, looks downfield. He's in trouble. Gets away from one rusher, gets away from another, down the sideline, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's another 13 yards and another first down, and Ronnie Scarlett doing it all by himself. This drive started at the 27. He's picked up 38 yards on 3 consecutive runs.
Yeah, and 2 of them were broken plays. 2 of them were mistakes that he had to make something happen because the intended play wasn't going to get executed. Veron Lee, number 42, finally chased him out of bounds there. Scarlett really scrambling right now to help out his ball club.
From the 35. Scarlett back, throwing over the middle. Daniels got it at the 15. Ronnie Daniels, first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, George White finds himself once again matched up with Daniels, and Ronnie Daniels on the slant route right there just gets enough of separation from himself and the defensive back that Scarlett is able to zip the ball in there. Boy, that was a low catch too, down around his between his knees and his ankles. Really had to go down there. Ronnie Daniels did low to make that catch.
They'll mark the ball closer to the 7 on first down. Scarlett wanted to pitch it quickly, couldn't do it, as Darrell Foreman wrapped him up for a loss back at the 9-yard line. He had Cheney trailing him, but just couldn't get rid of the football quickly enough. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. And that will apparently be the final play of the third quarter of the FHSAA Class 4A state championship game. The third quarter is over. The fourth quarter awaits us. Santa Fe by a dozen, but Lake Wales has second and goal when we return after this timeout on Sports Channel.
The power. The punishment. The pain. The ultimate sports spectacular. Now you can relive the excitement on home video with Top Rank's greatest knockouts. Volumes 1 and 2. Together on one full-length cassette. Legends like Hagler, Hearns, Arguello, Duran. 22 knockouts that changed boxing history. The courage, the champions, and the cheap shots. This is non-stop action, up close and in your face. Call now to order. The winner by a knockout. Top Rank's greatest knockouts, volumes 1 and 2. Together only $19.98. Don't miss the bell. Call now.
Call now to order Top Rank's greatest knockouts. This video makes the perfect gift. Sorry, no CODs. For faster delivery, please have your credit card ready and call 1-800-782-5700. That's 1-800-782-5700.
If you think you play like this, but you really play like this, you need help. You need Leslie Nielsen, star of the new home video Bad Golf Made Easier.
Billy, the reason the game is called golf is because all the other four-letter words have been taken.
Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier teaches you the fundamentals.
Always remember, the only really useful tip in golf is the one you give to the starter.
Secrets the pros won't tell.
Never use the comb in the blue fluid.
And how to play the problem lie. It's the smash hit home video. Call now to order Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier.
What is our credo?
We don't play golf to feel bad.
We play bad golf, but feel good.
Call now to order Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier. Only $19.98. This video makes the perfect gift. Rush delivery available. Call 1-800-624-3600.
Alachua Santa Fe, the 91 state champ. The Lake Wales Highlanders, the 93 state runner-up. They're battling for the 94 championship. Santa Fe leads by 12, but it's Lake Wales with second and goal at the 9-yard line.
And the Highlander fans are on their feet screaming and yelling to get this team into the end zone right now.
Inside they go. That's Cheney to the 4-yard line. It'll be third and goal. And Xavier Robinson with another tackle for Santa Fe.
Well, Jeff Cheney's just playing a great ball game tonight. We talked about his defensive efforts, his blocking efforts. At 6'1", 190, he's really doing it all.
Third and goal. Daniels is split wide to the right. Scarlett fumbled the snap, picks it up. He'll be hit and dropped in the backfield. Santa Fe's Casey Anderson, an offensive tackle, playing a little D-line and goal line. And it's fourth and goal from the 6.
Now just a huge breakdown right here as Scarlett tries to get out from under center too quickly, doesn't get the ball. And the play breaks down immediately. Just a great opportunity for Santa Fe right there, but obviously disappointment on Rod Schaefer's side as he saw that play just break down completely.
So they have called time to talk it over to figure out what they want to do in this fourth and goal situation from the 6. They know that Santa Fe can not only score more points, but with their ball control offense, they can shorten this fourth quarter. And this was an opportunity the Highlanders do not want to let go by.
Oh, they can't, and we're already at the 11-minute mark. 11:05 officially on the clock. I think Rod Schaefer is saying, hey, we got to get a touchdown, and we got to come up with, you know, our best play. And probably you would think that Ronnie Daniels is going to be involved in this this passing effort, if it is a passing effort.
Of course, Santa Fe will be thinking the same thing. The last time the Highlanders split Daniels out to the right, he had essentially 2 men committed to him, and once again wide to the right goes Daniels, and 2 Santa Fe cover guys are with him. Scarlett rolling right, he can run 40, throws instead, deflected and juggled and incomplete.
Oh, it almost got juggled though, Larry. Right back to Lake Wales. Taiwan Ford, the free safety, makes the play. They were definitely trying to get the ball to Ronnie Daniels. They almost had to throw back to him. He was forced back across the field. The ball just didn't get in the air enough. He needed to really try and lob it a little bit higher if he could. But oh, look at that. Look at that. It almost went right back into the lap of Lake Wales.
A couple of their linemen, Tim Lawson was one that had a chance at it, and at that point an offensive lineman could catch it and score a touchdown. Now the Raiders, after the defense holds, on the quick snap they run inside and pick up about 1.5 yards. The entire Lake Wales defense is there, led by Chris Parker. Let's go down to the field and get an update from Art Schifrin.
You're looking at Jeff Dunbar, the starting center for Santa Fe. He is most likely done for the rest of the game. It looks like he's probably got a broken wrist. He had his was breaking a block and had his elbow hit from behind, and his wrist was bent backwards. He cannot move the wrist in either direction, and they've got some ice on it now. He's most likely done for the rest of the game.
We'll see if Santa Fe has any problems with the center exchange. They run up the middle again, and there is absolutely nothing there, as that play was stuffed by Ricky Tinsley.
Well, the key here now is for Lake Wales to at least maintain field position for their offense. Deny Santa Fe a first down, force them to punt, and at least give your offense another chance. And they're going to have multiple chances if Lake Wales is going to get back in this thing. The Highlanders really desperately need the football back and the good field position to give their offense a chance.
Jeremy Pinkham is in at center now. They run wide with Taiwan Ford, cuts through traffic and gets up to about the 13 or 14. But the Highlander defense does what it has to do. Terrence Smiley in there on the tackle for them. And they get the ball back in 3 snaps, which is a plus, although they will go, certainly have to be a lot further away than 4 yards unless they can block this kick.
And they need to hope maybe for a mishandled punt or a poor punt. George White, number 7, is the punter for the Raiders right now.
White gets the snap. His kick floats to about the 45, where the fair catch is made by Brian Thomas. 31 yards on the punt. The Highlanders will start at the Raider 45-yard line. Rod Schaefer's team needing to get in the end zone, I would think, on this possession. With just 9:01 to go in the game, not likely they'd get 3 more opportunities.
Well, Coach Schaefer's saying, hey, thank you, defense. You did what you had to do. Now let's get the guys out there on offense and crank it up again.
We were tied at 6 at the half. We've got flags everywhere. Corey Dawson jumped across for Santa Fe. See if he was drawn off.
Go back to that poor exchange on the prior drive, Larry. That's the thing.
Dead ball, false start, blank, replay, first down.
We remember that the 4th down pass was intercepted, but on 3rd down it was the mishandled center snap that caused the problems.
Santa Fe has checked Veron Kane into the ball game. 1st and 15 from midfield. Scarlett looks down the field for Daniels. Ronnie Daniels has it at the 35. Daniels fights forward to the 30-yard line. That's a 20-yard gain and a Highlander first down.
Now, they didn't double cover him that time. On the prior drive, especially near the end zone, they had one defender in his face and another one about 7 yards off of him. This time, there's no one near him at the line of scrimmage, so he gets out cleanly into his route. That was the difference right there. He got off the line cleanly.
Scarlett fakes the draw, in trouble, tries to get rid of it. He does. Daniels, no. Did not get a foot down at the 20-yard line. But in a way, that's a moral victory because Scarlett was about to lose a dozen.
Yeah, Scarlett really was pressured by Stephen Boggs, number 51, I think, is going to be the guy that gets the pressure on him. No, it's 52, Veron Kane. And he is out of bounds. Oh, I don't know.
That's his foot.
In real time, it looked to us like he was clearly out of bounds. On the replay, it looked like, oh, maybe.
Well, if the one foot touches out of bounds first, the second foot does not matter. So it may well be that that left foot dragging was already after the right foot had touched. Screen, a middle screen intercepted by Dawson. Dawson to the 40, Dawson to the 45-yard line. Corey Dawson, the junior defensive tackle, intercepts the middle screen for the Santa Fe Raiders.
Well, the screen is there. The play is there. It's going to work if they can get it to the right guy. But they can't, and they don't. And Corey Dawson comes up with the interception. Scarlett just is not able to get the ball to Corey Harris, the intended receiver on the screen. And once it, again, it's that big guy, Corey Dawson, number 88, who makes the play.
Dawson goes to the sideline, and the Santa Fe Raiders up by 12. Give it to Taiwan Ford, and he doesn't get much, maybe 2 yards. Terrence Smiley drives him back for the Highlander defense.
Well, now we're under the 8-minute mark, and the clock becomes even more of an enemy for Lake Wales. Lake Wales really had a chance right there. Golly, on the last two drives, it was just execution mistakes that caused them the big problems, denied them the chance to score.
7.5 minutes to play in the contest. On second down, the inside handoff is not executed. Lucas held onto it and got a couple of yards as Peterson was drilled. I think that was Tinsley blitzing in there yet again, totally disrupting the play.
That is number 18 there. We see Ricky Tinsley just quickly getting into the backfield. They're taking obviously more chances now on defense. They don't expect the Raiders to put the ball in the air, so you can see the Highlanders crowding that line of scrimmage a bit more, taking more chances.
And Alachua Santa Fe will call timeout with about 5 seconds or 7 seconds left on the play clock when Lucas signaled for time, but they'll get the timeout, facing a 3rd and 6 from midfield. 6:44 to go in the FHSAA 4A state championship game. This is a play that Lake Wales simply has to have. Realistically, Jim, I don't think they can let much more time run off this clock.
Yeah, well, I really thought they had to execute the last 2 times they had the ball. This time you can underline have to with a couple of lines in bold print, because they have to stop the Raiders right now, get the ball back, and maybe come up with a big play on offense. They've just really self-destructed. That's not taking anything away from the Raider defense, but the Highlanders had a couple of excellent chances here on their last 2 drives, but just poor execution on offense was their downfall.
3rd down and 6. The officials set the chains, make sure everybody's ready to go. Following that Santa Fe timeout, each team has used 1 timeout in this second half. Lucas drops back, throws in the flat. He's got the ball complete to Maison. Antonio Maison makes the catch. It's a 1st down at the 38-yard line.
Well, we talked about Santa Fe's reluctance to put the ball in the air, as they want to eat up as much clock as they can. But right here, they do decide to get the ball to Maison, the wide receiver, who runs an excellent route along the sideline. And before he can step out of bounds, Jeff Chaney makes the hit.
First completion for positive yardage today for Freddie Lucas. He had been, before that pass, 1 for 5 for no gain. Not a bad time to connect. Running up inside, nothing there. Peterson might have gotten a yard, but he paid for it.
Thurman Edwards, number 78, the young sophomore that will be a leader of this Lake Highland Ball Club the next couple of years. There you see the youngster.
They have just 5 seniors on their 2 deep defensively, so the Highlanders will come back strong on defense. Billy D. Washington, a safety, who I mentioned earlier is the heir apparent at quarterback. It wouldn't be a shock to see either of these teams back next year. Lucas still has it. He's caught and driven backwards from the 39-yard line. 38 is where they'll mark it. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 10 inside 6 minutes to go. The clock running in this 4A championship game.
Ricky Tinsley, Larry, tackled 2 ball carriers right there. I don't know if you saw that, but he tackled the dive back. When he realized he didn't have the ball, then he goes for the quarterback. Watch number 18, Tinsley. He's going to make the play here. Says, oh, I'm going to get out of here. Look at that. What a play.
Does he get 2 tackles?
Oh, yeah, I'll give him 2. I'll give him a couple of stars for his helmet, too.
Absolutely. Taiwan Ford on the little misdirection gets it down to the 35, and that's it. And that'll bring up 4th down as we near the 5-minute mark to go in this ball game. 12-point lead for Santa Fe High School from Alachua, just north of Gainesville, about 10 or 12 miles.
Well, you would think that you would punt the ball away and try and get maybe into the coffin corner, but their kicking game isn't as strong as Coach Carter would like, so he's just going to eat up the clock and then decide what to do on this 4th and 6.
They've got the clock down to 4:43 right now, and there's not much the Lake Wales coaching staff can do except try to get the ball back on this play and score quickly. The Highlanders have a couple of timeouts remaining. If they don't have to use them on an offensive series, then they would have the opportunity to try to get the ball back. But their big opportunity was that 1st and goal at the 7-yard line after the pass to Ronnie Daniels late in the 3rd quarter. They lost 2 yards on their 1st down play, incomplete. Then they ran it to the 4 and could not score on the 4th down play. And that's really what what changed the Lake Wales opportunity to get back in this ball game. New sport, local sports and national scores. New sports programming along with Sports Channel Florida's in-state sports coverage gives you, the sports fan, the most comprehensive, entertaining, and timely look at sports news and action on a 24-hour basis. For all the latest news and the best coverage of Florida sports, it's New Sport, exclusively on Sports Channel.
Boy, that mine's a steel trap, isn't it? I am impressed. I am impressed.
They're in punt formation, and White is going to punt, and he kicks it straight up the chute. Hits at the 29. What a break for Santa Fe. He'll get another 9 yards out of that punt.
Well, he got it inside the 20. That was what he needed to do. You know,
coffin corner specialist.
Not quite, but hey, if he boomed it, it would have come out to the 20 exactly. He's a shade inside. That was a pooch gone bad right there.
That's a mangy pooch. Like, roll, baby, roll. And George White will take it. His team is 421 from a state title, and the Highlanders come up to the line of scrimmage from the 20. Scarlett under pressure, fumbles as he's hit. The ball will be picked up, and it's Santa Fe football at the 9-yard line for Ron Lee. Gets the recovery.
Darrell Foreman, Larry, number 30, from the backside, the blind side. The quarterback, Scarlett, does not feel him or hear him or see him. Oh, he gets blindsided, gives up the ball. That's not obviously Scarlett's fault. He's hit from the blind side. Darrell Foreman, the hero of the moment for Santa Fe.
And the clock will start running with 4 minutes to play in the 4A championship game. And now the Raiders know that they pretty much have it under control. They're still huddled up with 12 seconds left. I don't know why they're not ready to play, but they are not. Now 5 seconds on the play clock. Lucas hurries them up to the line. They've got 2 to snap it. They get the snap off somehow. Peterson gains nothing. Flag is thrown. They may not have been set. It might be a false start. Of course, at this point, Lake Wales is better off declining it. If they have the option to, anyway. Well, if it's motion, you can decline it and should.
Yeah, because you don't want them to wind off additional time on the clock, and they're going to do that.
Well, the coach is saying decline it. The officials aren't listening.
Now they do.
Okay, we have illegal shift against White. Decline. We're going to play second down.
Some of the Lake Wales fans a little frustrated. Still 3:41 to go, but now they need a huge break. Second down and goal for Santa Fe. Still 18 on the play clock. See if Lucas stays up there. No, he goes right into the sequence. Lucas on the option. Nailed at the 6-yard line. Still on his feet, but they'll mark him just inside the 6 where it'll be 3rd and goal.
Billy D. Washington makes the big hit, and they whistle the play dead as the forward momentum was stopped. Washington with a perfect head-on tackle right there. He's only a sophomore. You mentioned that he might be the quarterback for this ball club next year.
Well, he's number 2 on the depth chart now. You would assume he'd be the guy to move on in there. Inside 3 minutes to go. On the sweep, running left side, still on his feet, Maison. Maison gets to the 2-yard line, and timeout is called by Lake Wales with 2:44 to go, and Santa Fe facing 4th and goal at the 2. Santa Fe, of course, without a kicking game. If you had one, you might decide to go ahead and get your lead up to 15. And again, you might decide to keep them pinned in deep in case you don't score and just use that power running game. But without the kicking game for Santa Fe, you can count on John Carter's team trying to run it on in. Rod Schaefer knows it'll take a minor miracle at this stage for his Highlanders to avoid back-to-back losses in the state championship game. John Carter, longtime defensive coordinator at Santa Fe High School. He's a Mississippi State grad. Just his 3rd year as a head coach.
If there's any way that Lake Highland can put the brakes on them right now, Lake Wales, the Highlanders, can put the brakes on them right here, they still have a chance. They still have a chance if they can make the stop right here.
4th and goal. A 2-yard game and can put it in the bank. Lake Wales gets it back. They still have a glimmer. Lucas fakes to Taiwan Ford. He can run all the way to Santa Fe. Brady Lucas's 2nd rushing touchdown, and with 2:40 to play, the Raiders have the state championship now very well within their grasp.
Well, Larry, that was just a great call by John Carter. You would have expected a power running play. I certainly did. I think Lake Wales did, but they don't run the power play off tackle. They run a naked bootleg. They fake that. The quarterback keeps the ball and catches the defense flat.
And they'll try an extra point. We haven't had one today. There's not been a successful conversion. That kick is up, and now we've got one. So Mike Seitz gets his name in the scoring column. It is now a 25-6 ball game.
Just a great call. Watch the attacking Highlander defense following the flow. The guards are pulling. The backs are all moving right, except the quarterback, and he's going left, and Freddie Lucas has the touchdown. That'll do it.
This year, Lake Wales had allowed only 3 teams to score in double figures. Bartow scored 10 against them. Lakeland Lake Gibson High School scored 13 in a 43-13 blowout, and Cardinal Gibbons from Fort Lauderdale had scored 18 in the state quarterfinals. But today, 25, the most allowed all season long by the Lake Wales Highlanders. Meanwhile, that Santa Fe defense, which has struggled a little bit in the postseason, giving up 27 to Dade City Pasco, 21 to Crestview, and 21 to Bushnell South Sumter. They have responded very well and held a good Lake Wales offense to only 6 points. Of course, it shouldn't be too big of a surprise for either defense to do well. Santa Fe's defense with 5 shutouts this year.
And if you'll recall,
Lake Wales really had the better of the game at halftime.
Little squibber finally picked up. And some running room there for Cheney. Cheney to midfield and into Santa Fe territory at the 45-yard line. So maybe not an artistic return, but Cheney picked up the roller and turned to the right and made a very nice run with the ball. It's a 30-yard return. And Lake Wales has it at the 45. 2:32 to play. And the Highlanders down by 19. Of course, if anyone saw those highlights of the Plano, Texas game and the 28 points in the last 7 minutes, I guess it isn't ever over until it's really over. Scarlett in trouble, will be sacked. Just getting a hand on him, Joey Szymanski. And Szymanski with the quarterback sack. Loss of just 2 on the play. Here on second down, quick out is dropped by James Johnson. And it'll be 3rd down with 2:01 to play.
Well, you see the guy in the headset, Larry, right by the down marker. That's defensive coordinator Chuck Bell. And there's Jay Godwin. They're celebrating their defensive team's efforts this afternoon. Those two coaches certainly had a huge part in this championship win by Santa Fe this afternoon.
Quick snap on 3rd down. There's Tinsley inside the 30. Tinsley down to the 28-yard line. So a nice 19-yard run for Ricky Tinsley. Gives the Highlanders a 1st down deeper in Santa Fe territory, and Xavier Robinson again on the tackle. He's got a bunch of tackles today. Now we got whistles all over the place. Flag is thrown. Somebody violated that zone again. We'll see which way this one goes.
We have dead ball, encouragement against White. Replay 1st down.
Boy, what a difference between the first half and the second half, huh? Even though the score was tied, I really had a sense that Lake Wales, the Highlanders, were going to come out in the second half and take control. But wasn't the case, was it? It was all Santa Fe.
That blocked punt really changed things. There's Gilliard, and he's knocked down just outside the 10-yard line. Ned Gilliard on the reception. It'll be a gain of about 13 yards. They had 150 yards of offense, good balance running and passing. Santa Fe hadn't completed a passing.
Exactly so, and the one Santa Fe touchdown had come because they'd had excellent field position. They got the ball on the 40 and really 2 excellent options. One left, one right, and they had the touchdown. But that's all they got done in the first half.
In and out of the hands of James Johnson, who's 0 for 3 today. He's dropped 3 that have been thrown at him.
We say that's all they got done on offense. Their defense has played a championship ball game throughout 4 quarters.
Mentioned Xavier Robinson, number 43, the linebacker for Santa Fe, has been credited with 14 tackles in this championship game. 1:33 to play. 2nd down at the 10-yard line. And now a flag is thrown. We had a whistle, then we had a flag. Delay a game.
5 yards for delay against the Highlanders. Told y'all we're gonna win now. Told y'all, hey. Look at the showboat.
Casey Anderson. He told us he was going to win. He was right. Move it back to the 15-yard line. They could get a 1st down just about 8 inches from the end zone. It's tough enough, but they only have 10 men on the field. Scarlett lunges forward to about the 14. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Hard work pays off. Hard work pays off.
And because they're out of timeouts, the clock is going to continue to run, except they can gain a timeout when a player goes down with an injury, and looks like it's Scarlett.
Ronnie Scarlett slow getting up, so the officials blew the whistle. He'll have to leave the game, and Billy D. Washington will come in and run the offense for at least one play. 1:17 left in the 4A state title game. All that's left is the impromptu shower. There's Zach Zadalis, the outstanding right guard for the Santa Fe Raiders with their head coach. Okay, let's see if we can get those guys to dump the bucket on Art instead of John Carter. What do you think, Jim?
No, I think they'll go for the coach.
Oh, okay. Just a thought.
Well, sometimes, Larry, it's a ploy when one of your players goes down with an injury to buy yourself a timeout you don't really have, but I don't think that's the case here. He looked like he really got a bit shaken right there, and out comes Billy D. Washington, who wasn't really ready to come in. That's one reason I think this wasn't planned.
Third down from the 14-yard line. Washington drops straight back, steps right into traffic. Stephen Boggs got him down low. Foreman and Dawson got him up high. They're ready. Here we go. We're going to get this one good. Come on, fellas. Lights, camera, action. Casey Anderson and Jamie Campbell, the offensive tackles. Whoops, somebody looked over their shoulder. Coach Carter turned around and looked toward the bench, and now they're on the move again. Here they come. Here they come. We'll show it to you in just a minute. First, a pass to the end zone is broken up, incomplete, and Santa Fe will take a knee on the final snap of this championship game.
Trell James again doing the job in the secondary. Nice coverage by that young man all afternoon.
Okay, now let's go to the instant replay. Oh, it's too cold. That's what he said. It's too cold, man. That's what he said.
Brain freeze, brain freeze.
John Carter would trade that frozen bath for a nice warm shower any old time. He's trying not to smile now.
He says, I'm tough, but that was cold. He says, where was my staff not protecting me?
Really? For my loyal lieutenants. That is the final play, and they are celebrating at Santa Fe High School in Alachua, 10 miles north of Gainesville, and the Santa Fe Raiders are the Florida Class 4A state champion. Their second championship in 4 years, their first under the direction of head coach John Carter. There's his defensive coordinator. We'll be talking with Coach Carter and Art Schiffer. In fact, we see Art right now, so let's go down to the victorious, if just a little cold and soggy, head coach.
Well, Coach Carter, you had a great defensive team all year, and the defense came through you again today. Tell me about the ball game.
Well, defense wins championships, and it certainly proved true today. You work hard to get here. The odds of getting here, number one, are so great against you to get here, and then to win it is just, it's an amazing thing, and to be a part of it with these kids, it's just been an experience that we'll always remember the rest of our lives, and thank God that we've got the players we have, and we're all here together today.
Now, the game was tied at 6 at the halftime. What was different in the second half?
We made some adjustments. We cut down to about 7 plays, and we're hoping they would stay in the same look up front. If we know where they are, we can get them blocked. And I felt like that helped us being able to still run the option. They never really shut our option down. We were able to adjust our blocking to that. And our defense, big play, swung the momentum and never allowed them to get anything going.
Now, John, I noticed you checked the water jug and there was no water in there. They pulled a little flea flicker on you and found some water to douse you with.
Yeah, they must have got it from somewhere. They probably got it out of that jug. It's cold down. I told them I don't have any clothes, guys. He said, I got to go eat and then I got to go home. I didn't bring any clothes. Poor planning on my part.
Well, thanks a lot and congratulations, Sean Carter.
Thank you very much, Art.
Let's send it back upstairs to Larry and Jim.
Yeah, he was trying to act mad, but he didn't do a very good job of acting mad. But a great second half effort from a 6-6 game, totally dominant. They controlled both lines of scrimmages. Offensive line obviously took over the game in the second half, but throughout that defense, throughout the second half, never let Lake Wales get a lot going.
The defense was consistent for the Raiders all afternoon long, but it was that block punt that really changed the whole momentum of this ball game, because I really thought that Lake Wales had momentum entering the locker room at halftime, but Santa Fe and Coach John Carter are the guys that are going to celebrate tonight. But we also pay tribute to that man, Rod Schaefer, head coach at Lake Wales, and he'll have his team back in the playoffs, I'm sure, next year.
We'll return to Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach, Florida, with some final comments after this timeout on Sports Channel.
Everybody wants something different in a car, but what we all want is to get the most quality for the least amount of money. Right now, you can make your money count on this new Geo Prism. It has dual airbags, and with GMAC Smart Lease, you can drive a Prism today with no down payment for only $199 a month. Now, who says you can't always get what you want? See your Chevrolet Geo dealer today and make your money count. Event ends January 3rd.
Don't search the dial for sports news and scores. Take a pit stop with New Sport. Stay ahead of the game. The New Sport Score Box delivers continuous scores and finals. Looking for breaking news? New Sport goes live with press conference coverage. Find out what's hot at the top of the hour with the New Sport Update, a complete 2-minute wrap. And at 6 p.m. Eastern, New Sport Tonight previews the day. And beginning at 2 a.m. Eastern, New Sport Press Box recaps the night. New Sport. Sports news and scores all the time.
I still enjoy going to work in the morning.
Nothing like that feeling.
It's worth everything. Owning my own business.
Your own business. I enjoy it. I feel strong.
It's a great feeling.
When it's your business, you put your heart and soul into every decision.
I basically dictate my fate.
Confidence, flexibility that you have.
So consider this one. The corporate card from American Express.
It's me, that's it. Sign of success.
The card that helps you manage smarter.
Call now and we'll take your application right over the phone.
Now, small businesses save 3% on mobile gasoline.
That's a plus.
And get discounts on car rentals, hotels, and UPS overnight shipping. Accident disability insurance at no extra cost. And detailed monthly and quarterly reports to maintain control.
American Express backs me.
The rewards are wonderful.
See how the corporate card gives you what it gives over 1 million small businesses. The freedom to do what you do best.
It's easy to apply for the corporate card.
Call 1-800-533-AMEX.
The best card to have.
You'll soon remember why you started your own business in the first place.
You obviously have to love what you're doing.
Well, in 1991, Santa Fe High School from Alachua won the state championship over Haines City. Again, they match up with a team from Central Florida, this time for the 4A title. And again, Santa Fe victorious with a 25-6 victory. John Carter's team state champions over the Highlanders. A tough ball game in the first half, tied at 6 before Santa Fe took command. I guess that blocked punt really changed the whole complexion of this ball game.
Without any question, and it was a huge effort. Corey Dawson was the guy that got the ball down to about the 2-yard line, and it was Daryl Foreman, number 30, that blocked the kick. Foreman really was key in turning the momentum of this game with that block punt, Larry. And you know something, this Raider team is very young, aren't they? We talked about no seniors on the offensive line, and what a team that Coach Carter is going to have next year.
Including Fred Lucas, who will return, and a tip of the hat to the Highlanders from Lake Wales. They make it to the state championship game for the second year in a row. That in itself a tremendous accomplishment for Rod Schaefer, his staff, and his players, and they need to be commended for that. We thank you for joining us here at Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach. On behalf of Sports Channel, we'd like to congratulate the 4A state football champions, the Raiders from Santa Fe High School in Alachua. I'm Larry Vitale saying so long for Jim Yarbrough, Art Schifrin, and our entire Sports Channel crew. Once again, the final score, Santa Fe 25, Lake Wales 6. Congratulations to the state champs.